tremendous advantage. Washington State also has that extra juice. They haven't been in a bowl game in 51 years. They ought to be ready.
These are the players we will see at the so-called skilled positions as the starters for Brigham Young University, who will be receiving the kickoff. Kevin Morris will kick off for Washington State. One thing I know, Lee, we've got to absolutely convince each other not to use the word Cougars. We're in trouble. The Cougars versus the Cougars. There's the offensive line of Brigham Young, the expected starters. And obviously, that offensive line has done a great job, not only in pass protection for Jim McMahon, but also for the run. The deep man for BYU, Bruce Hansen, number 34, will be deep. Bai Sikahema will be back. Morris to kick off. Wherever you are along our Mizzou Television Network, we bid you welcome from the 4th annual Holiday Bowl, San Diego, California's Jack Murphy Stadium, and here it is. Good kick by Morris. This is Hansen at the 2. 10. Good coverage. Excellent coverage by Washington State, and Jim McMahon and company will take over from the BYU 15-yard line. Joe Taylor was the first of the Washington State players to get downfield. Jim McMahon, number 9. This is the Washington State defensive group. Collins, Ilasara, Mike Walker. Mike Walker, captain. Amel, Elkington, White, Blakeney. And the secondary. 2 receivers split to the left, a slot back to the left. First down, a running play. Wayman Hamilton, number 33, a sophomore. Scott Pettis, number 29, was the back that was in the slot. Hamilton carried on first down, gain of 3, second down, 7, BYU. Colley, number 3, Scott Colley is out wide to the left. Dan Plater is out wide to the left. Pettis is in the slot left. Hamilton is the lone setback. This is Pettis in motion. A screen to Colley. Fumble. And the first break of the game, Lee, definitely belongs to BYU, as BYU's number 58, Vince Stroke, one of their offensive linemen, winds up with the football.
They come up. Here's UC, who tries to sweep to the right, throws a quick screen, which is designed to be a running play, and he strips the ball loose. Number 58 picks it up here right and makes a great run. Watch, this is the thrill of a lifetime for that guy. He'll probably talk about that forever. It'll be a 50-yard game by the time he finishes talking about it.
First down, BYU on the recovered fumble at the BYU 27-yard line. Tight end Hudson is to the right. Now he's McMahon's favorite target. Gordon Hudson, number 95. But he's looking left. Was it a catch? No. It was not a catch, say the officials, by Scott Pettis, the junior out of Stockton, California. But whatever BYU did there, Lee, he was really open.
Well, I'll tell you what, he came behind the linebacker, and the quarterback obviously sent somebody deep to clear and brought the back behind the linebacker wide open. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back with that play pretty soon.
Result of the incomplete pass, second down 10, BYU 26-yard line. Plater is out wide to the right. Colley is out wide to the right. Now this time the tight end Hudson is over on the left side. No score, just underway from San Diego. Good protection. Short again. And a pretty good rush that time. This is your opportunity to vote for your favorite player, most valuable player. Jim McMahon, Herschel Walker, Bob Crable, or Marcus Allen will be consistently giving you those special phone numbers for each player. BYU third down 10, BYU 26-yard line. Wide receivers set out either side. Split backs. Good protection. Not a first down. Gain of about 4. BYU forced into a punting situation. Mike Smith
Yes, Ray.
We're down to you.
All right, we have a quick look now at the telephonic survey. Fans picking their favorite player right now. Jim McMahon, BYU, leading the way with about 35% of the vote. Herschel Walker, Georgia, about 30% of the vote. Marcus Allen, third. And Bob Crable, a distant fourth again. For Jim McMahon, 900-720-3530 is the number. For Bob Crable, 900-720-3532. Marcus
Mees.
Allen, 900-720-3533. Herschel Walker, 900-720-3531.
Mike Mees, the punter. Gribble returned it. Good return. Result, Washington State has good field position. We'll return to the Holiday Bowl after these words from our local stations. Williams picks up about 3 yards. This is the starting lineup for Washington State. You will see Casper at quarterback. You will also see number 12, Ricky Turner, at quarterback. Those are the interior linemen: Flager, McKay, Sebahar, Patrick, and Sloan. Now a play selection was brought in by Cameron Mitchell, a wide receiver to the left, on 2nd and 7 for Washington State. The overshot Mitchell. Actually, BYU reacted pretty well. They had double coverage on that.
Right, they tried to throw the ball to the split end on a quick out, but they couldn't get it to him, so he went to his secondary receiver, and obviously he couldn't see him right there. See, he pumps, and then it's all over. Once you make a quarterback hesitate like that, it's very difficult to throw the ball straight.
As a result of the incomplete pass, 3rd and 7, 42-yard line. 42-yard line of Washington State, 2 wide receivers, 1 to either side. Casper, he has a man deep. The closest man to it is the BYU defender. That was cornerback Tom Colmo, who was nearest the football. So,
yeah. You watch, the quarterback is pressured here by 93, and he throws the ball a long way. The guy makes a great effort here to try to intercept the football, but it's just over his hands. A nice effort by the defense. A nice effort by the defensive secondary man there.
The result: punt formation time. Tim Davey to punt. Excellent coverage by Washington State at the BYU 28-yard line. Sikahema carries back the punt just a couple of yards as a result of very good coverage. So in this scoreless game, with 12:35 left to play in the first quarter, BYU goes on the attack. Now on the kickoff, it started the game. BYU started their first series from their own 15. Now they're up at their own 28-yard line. So they'll pick up 13 yards on the punt exchange. Wide receivers set out to the left and right of quarterback Jim McMahon. Offside. Later, 2 officials noted the offside against Washington State, so as a result, it's going to be 1st down and 5. It appeared to you that both quarterbacks got a little tentative or a little nervous, a little tightly?
Well, what happened in that situation, they double covered, they split in, and he had to try to throw the ball into a certain spot, and he just overthrew it. I think McMahon doesn't look as confident as I've seen him in the films before. Maybe the defensive secondary changing their coverages is causing them a slight problem.
Holly and Plater are both out wide to the right on 1st and 5. They're the wide receivers. 1st and 5. This is Pettis, the tailback, and a 1st down out across the 40-yard line. Scott Pettis, who ran extremely well during the regular season, the leading runner for BYU, averaging over 5 yards a carry. First down, BYU at the BYU 41-yard line. Slater is out to the left. Neil Ballholm is a wide receiver now. Number 89 just came in the game. Pass incomplete. Trying to hit the junior from Vancouver, Washington, Neil Ballholm. Tonight, a unique opportunity for you to vote for your choice as the most valuable player. Ordinarily, you know, the voting is by writers and broadcasters. You can vote for Jim McMahon or Herschel Walker or Bob Crable or Marcus Allen. With those phone numbers, a different number for each player, the same area code. BYU, second down 10 at the Brigham Young 41-yard line. No score. 12 minutes left to play, first quarter. That's the fullback. Hamilton in motion. And again is off target. He's been able to complete one pass so far. Tried to hit Scott Pettis there, number 29, his tailback. And the BYU player is getting up ever so slowly. Calvin Close, the senior guard from Camarillo, California. Third down, 10. Joe Taylor, number 3, has checked into the secondary, a junior strong safety out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Third and 10 at the Brigham Young 41-yard line. Hamilton was in motion. Big rush. Screen. This is Pettis. And Washington State reacted very well. Limited that to a gain of just 4. And it's fourth down as McMahon completes just his second pass of the game.
The screen play here is definitely what McMahon's got to do. He's got to get his confidence a little bit. Throws a little screen, but watch the great reaction of the defensive linebacker area. They block, here they come. Great reaction, limits the play to a very short gain. Good play, Washington State.
Bill Gribble, there's Bill Gribble back at the 10-yard line of Washington State. For BYU, Mike Mees, who averages just about 41 yards per punt. At the 18 of Washington State, 20, 25, about the 26-yard line. So from the Holiday Bowl, there is no score. And we'll return after these words from our local station.
It's trade-in roundup time at Irwin Ford. No matter what you have to trade, it's worth at least $2,000 when you trade for any new Ford Bronco, Courier, van, or truck from Irwin Ford's huge selection. And you may buy with no money down with up to 60 months financing available. And that's a promise from Irwin Ford, your friendly giants of the valley in Salinas. And tell
on the sidelines, BYU trying to get their offense straightened out. Meanwhile, Washington State first and 10. Washington State 27-yard line. Casper the quarterback. And here comes Tim Harris. Excellent defensive play. Dave McKee, the senior cornerback out of Holden, Utah, limits that to about a 3-yard gain. Good defensive play. Mike Smith, what's that telephone poll showing so far?
Yeah, right now, Herschel Walker has taken over the lead with about 35% of the vote, followed by Jim McMahon with about 32. Marcus Allen, a close third, with Bob Crable distant fourth. Again, 50-cent valley charge for a local call. You can't use a pay phone, and you can't use operator assist.
Within an eyelash, that was Cameron Mitchell. The coverage by Dave McKee, but I'll tell you something. Casper came within an eyelash, huh?
Oh, no question. He runs a little out pattern, and then he just tries to outrun him. Mitchell's got great speed, and he extends himself out, got great eye concentration, just can't quite reach it. Good effort by Mitchell.
Result of the incomplete pass, third down 7, Washington State 30-yard line. First quarter, no score. Deep drop back by Casper.
There's a guy open.
Yes, he has him down there. Oh, my goodness, that was Tim Harris, the junior tailback out of Compton, California. So I'll tell you, there's something I'm going to put in the back of my mind. This Casper can throw deep with accuracy. Meanwhile, Washington State's Tim Harris on that great effort, shaken up along the sidelines. But meanwhile, it's punt formation time. Washington State's Tim Davey is back to punt, but not before. Yeah, we do have a break here in the Holiday Bowl. There is no score in the first quarter, and we'll return after these messages. this effort will be to gather in that pass.
Right. You'll see what happens here. The Washington State sends a man short, and then they bring the guy out of the backfield. Harris, he was wide open there for a moment, outrunning everybody, makes a great effort, falls right back here on his tailbone, and brother, let me tell you, so that hurt. And also, if you noticed his head, that's one thing that always scares a football coach, and that's when they're looking at his neck. He's okay, though, and thank goodness for that, because you always worry about a kid when he hits his head on the turf. But he's going to be all right.
So before this capacity crowd at Jack Murphy Stadium, incidentally coming up, Paul Bear Bryant, number 315 on many of these same stations in the middle of January, and the host will be Joe Namath. The punter is Tim Davey. To receive it is Vi Sikahema, standing at the BYU 30-yard line. 10:15 left to play first quarter, no score. Davey's last punt just 34 yards. Sikahema at the BYU 31. There will be recorded an 8-yard return, but what moves by Sikahema. 39-yard punt, about a 12-yard return.
No question, you'll watch one thing. Watch the great effort in this kid. He's got very, very quick feet. As he makes a move here, he eliminates two guys, picks up blockers. Notice one thing. Everybody on the Brigham Young team is blocking high. That's one of the new rules in college football, and very good. And on this play, you won't believe it, but the kicker got hit, and the kicker is down.
So
and there's the kicker.
A second Washington State player shaken up. Just a little bit earlier, it was their tailback, Tim Harris, who had made a valiant effort to grab in what turned out to be a third down incomplete pass. Now, Tim Davey. Now, apparently he was blocked in the course of coming up to try and help out defensively.
Correct. When the man started to make that break, he was his secondary or safety man. He came up in good position, and some BYU guy flattened him with a perfectly legal block. And I'll tell you what, you missed that Harris and this kid, it's going to be dangerous.
Tomorrow, 1 o'clock Pacific time, Toledo and San Jose State in the California Bowl. Meanwhile, as we look along the sidelines of BYU,
it looks like it's his left leg, doesn't it?
yes, they were examining his left knee. Tim Davey, their punter, he's done an excellent job. He's averaged about 41 yards per punt. So first down, BYU at the Brigham Young 39-yard line. First quarter, still has about 10 minutes remaining. Wide to the right is Bauholm. To the left is Plater. The fullback is Hamilton. The tailback is Pettis behind McMahon. This is Pettis. Oh, left-handed thrower. And he has his... That looked like his big tight end, Gordon Hudson. They had the two quarterbacks in the game. I didn't see that second quarterback go in there. Steve Young, did you?
No, I didn't see him. And then he comes, and he's a left-handed quarterback, too, and he threw it the opposite hand. This is my favorite player right there. This guy could be the difference in the two ball clubs.
Hudson?
Hudson, great football player. Won the Utah game, in my opinion, for BYU team.
So with two quarterbacks in the game, BYU comes up with a first down at the Washington State 35-yard line. To the end zone. Touchdown! Dan Plater, the senior out of Reno, Nevada, and McMahon with his first deep pass completion of the game, and BYU is on the board.
There's Mac. There's a quarterback. Now watch him pump, and he throws the ball to Plater, who's beating him one-on-one man-for-man coverage. This is typical of BYU. Nothing happens for 3 or 4 series, and then bing, bang, 2 plays, touchdown. Watch them. They're dangerous. They can do this the entire ball game. I know. They did it to me.
All right, Kurt Gunther to try for the extra point. And BYU is on the board first with 9:46 left to play in the first quarter. Brigham Young grabs the lead 7-0. We'll return to the 4th Annual Holiday Bowl after this message.
Hey, champ, got a heavy beard? Get ready for a knockout of a shave. Introducing the Heavyweight new Noxzema.
You've got heavy cream, heavy moisturizers, a new protected formula, close, comfortable shades.
For the roughest beards, take on the Heavyweight new Noxzema, and your face comes out the winner.
Holiday Inn.
Welcome to our people-pleasing
Hi. That the Holiday Inn East, the Holiday Inn West, the Midtown?
The one by United Industries.
The one by the headquarters or the plant?
The headquarters.
We offer you a choice of the most popular locations.
You need 3 hands.
You're right.
People-pleasing locations.
The airport? The one by Holiday Inn North or Holiday Inn South?
is #1 in people-pleasing.
Jim McMahon and the man who caught the pass, Dan Plater. And for Plater, during the regular season, he had grabbed off 5 touchdown passes. Here it is again.
Great pass protection. He pumps to get the one-on-one coverage, and it's all over. Anytime you cover these receivers one-on-one, it's all over. They took a calculated risk, and it failed.
For McMahon, 30 touchdown passes during the regular season, so this would be number 31. Don LeBaum, you saw an instant ago, number 21. He is just a freshman. And he is at the Washington State 4. 30. Great run back to the 36-yard line of Washington State by Don LeBaum, L-A-B-O-M-M-E, where Tom Homo, a defensive back for BYU, made the tackle. All right. Washington State, on their first several possessions, had Cleet Casper at quarterback. Al Bowens, number 20, Robert Williams, number 42, are the running backs. Penalty flag down. We might have had a defensive holding penalty. Nope, it was offense. Mike Smith, what's going on in the voting?
Herschel Walker leading the way with about 38% of the vote. Jim McMahon second, about 33%, followed by Marcus Allen and Bob Crable. Quickly, Jim McMahon, the number is 900-720-3530. Marcus Allen, 900-720-3533. Bob Crable, 900-720-3532. Herschel Walker, 900-720-3531.
Penalty against Washington State. And there you can see, in case you'd like to make a note, of the numbers for each of the 4 players. Your opportunity to vote for most valuable player. Meanwhile, referee Jack Gatto indicates holding against Washington State. The ball back to the Washington State 28-yard line, where it will be first and about 19. Mitchell to the right. Escalera to the right. Casper. Oh, did he have his man open? He had number 88, Jay Keller, senior out of Baldwin Park, California, was certainly wide open. Dave McKee, the nearest defender, but Jim Walden looking on from along the sidelines. And the last time Washington State had the football, he saw his quarterback, Cleet Casper, come within an eyelash on back-to-back passes of hitting deep receivers, but unable to. And right now, after the incomplete pass, 2nd down and 19. Washington State 28-yard line. BYU leading 7-0. Ooh, a big hit on wide receiver T.J. Jones.
See the quarterback come back there and throw that quick out to Jones. He's got excellent speed, but watch the linebacker come in and make a nice, hard, aggressive tackle. Good conversion.
Kyle Whittingham with that great defensive play for BYU.
His dad would be proud of him, won't he?
Oh, I'll say. There he is, number 59. For Washington State, 3rd and 14 at the Washington State 33-yard line. First quarter, BYU leading 7-0. Here comes a blitz. Casper unable to hit, but a penalty flag down. The intended receiver was the tight end, Pat Beach. The penalty flag was down in the area of where Beach was, along with defenders. Let's see what we have. Brigham Young, pass interference. Here's an update on the injuries. Tim Harris, the running back, wide receiver on that play, knocked out, availability not known. Here's that last infraction.
He makes that good fake, and he tries it. And you see the blitz coming from the outside. He avoids it. And this is what he's not very famous for this, but he does a great job. And there's the man all over him. He cannot touch the man when the ball is in the air.
First down at the Washington State. That's Bowens, who just came into the game a moment ago, carrying for about 2 yards to the Washington State 48-yard line. Al Bowens, the ball carrier. Filiaga making the tackle, the defensive tackle. Senior from Hawaii. Gain of a yard. Second down 9. Washington State 48-yard line. 8:20 to play first quarter. BYU leading 7-0 on a touchdown pass from McMahon to Plater. No. The officials say no interception by Steve Brady. They say that it hit the turf first.
Well, here's one of those quick option, quick plays that gets hit. Now, everybody in the ballpark can see this better than the guy that's standing 6 feet from it. But, you know, it's a bad angle there. But I tell you what, that looked like he almost caught that ball. Third down, 9.
Casper has been able to complete only one pass, and that out of 7. That was for 5 yards. There's along the sidelines. Casper. And Robert Williams, the Compton, California junior, has a first down at the BYU 40-yard line. This is pretty much the bread and butter part of their offense, isn't it? The option offense with when Casper's in there.
No question. Here they do the reverse action. The option comes down. He pitches the ball. He reads number at 93. He pitches it out. It makes a great play here. I tell you what, in my opinion, they're going to have to go to more of this. It looks like they've been trying to throw the ball so deep, they haven't been able to establish anything. That's a good play by the Washington State team.
Escalera and Keller out wide to the right. First down. Brigham Young 40-yard line for Washington State. Midway first quarter. Deep drop back. This is a screen. Penalty flag is down on a fine run by Al Bowens, a junior out of Boise, Idaho. But a penalty flag is down at the 47-yard line of BYU.
I think you might find a clip there,
yep.
Right?
You're right, Lee.
Now watch, the quarterback drops back deep. That's a key. That's a screen. Now watch, as he flips the ball out, you'll see a man right here get blocked from behind.
Right there.
That's clipping. You cannot touch a man from behind. That's a 15-yard penalty. Clipping. Very, very dangerous play.
So referee Jack Gatto of the Pacific Coast Athletic Association, all officials at tonight's game are from the PCAA, saw a costly penalty against Washington State, trailing 7-0 here in the first quarter, which has 7:44 remaining. All the way back to the Washington State 38-yard line.
The reason why that's a 15-yard penalty, and probably one of the most severe, is that it's a dangerous play. Most of the rules are put in for the safety of the football players.
It's now 1st and 32 as we look at Jim Walden along the sidelines, the head coach at Washington State. Way overthrown by about 10 yards, intended for T.J. Jones. So far, Casper has not been that accurate, but he certainly has shown us that he has a strong enough arm. Some changes in the backfield. The freshman, Don LeBaum, number 21, is coming in tomorrow night. Rather, tomorrow at Southern Mississippi and Missouri. Incidentally, ignore that time that we've shown you there. It is a night game. This is Cameron Mitchell. He has great speed, but a great play by cornerback Dave McKee, the senior out of Holden, Utah. There was a great play by a defensive back.
That was a tremendous play defensively, and it shows a good job of scouting. Watch, they'll come with a misdirection play. Remember that option they ran before? Well, they'll pitch it back. They are famous. They won 2 big ball games this year with those end arounds, and you can see that the Brigham Young staff did a great job of preparation.
The other defender on the play was David Opue. 3rd down and huge yardage. Quick kick. Oh, we don't see that very often. That was Washington State's Don LeBomb. That can be a great weapon. Let's see where that went out of bounds. At the 15-yard line.
You'll notice the quarterback tosses the ball back to the kicker. Everybody blocks straight ahead, and he just kicks it off his foot. He kicks it a little bit too far to the right, but it's still down to the 15-yard line. It's a very, very fine weapon. In fact, I did that once against Woody Hayes 3 times in the first half.
How'd you make out?
69 yards in average. Lost the game, but quick kick was terrific.
All right, BYU leading 7-0. 6:36 left to play first quarter. We'll start from the BYU 15-yard line. 2 wide receivers are out to the left. The quarterback, Jim McMahon, just moved his fullback, Hamilton. And this is Hamilton. Oh, what a hole. Hamilton across the 20. Picked up about 6 yards on the play. Washington State's defenders, Elkington, Mike Walker, Ilasara, Collins, Amo, Blakeney, White, Jeff Files, Nate Bradley, John West, Paul Sorensen. 2nd down 4 at the BYU 21-yard line. Second and 4. Out of bounds. Scott Colley, the junior out of San Jose, California, was just out of bounds when he caught that pass. I noticed a very quick wrist type of thrower that McMahon is. He's not a full arm or a shoulder turn thrower.
He's got a great wrist and a great action. The one thing I noticed, though, he seems to be throwing and favoring that bad knee. He doesn't seem to be planting it and drilling the football. Watch, I think, the next time we see it in slow motion. He's not planting that back foot and delivering the football as strong as I've seen him do it in the past.
3rd and 4 for BYU at its own 21-yard line. And down goes McMahon. A good defensive play. I think that might have been Ken Collins. Yep, Ken Collins, a senior tackle out of Kashmir, California. Good play, and so now that quick kick by Washington State appears to be paying off.
Now watch him. He's not. See his left knee there with that brace. He's not moving like he had before he hurt that leg. That's going to be a key to this ball game. How much pressure they can put on that kid.
Bill Gribble stands back inside the Washington State 40. Mike Mees, who averaged 40.9 yards per punt during the regular season, is back to kick from the goal line. Do we have a delay of game here? If so, Washington State could wind up here with excellent field position. Yes, says referee Jack Gatto. Delay of game with 5:12 left to play in the first quarter. Brigham Young is leading 7-0 on a McMahon to Plater pass. What a night for football. 69 degrees at kickoff time. A capacity crowd here at Jack Murphy Stadium for the 4th annual Holiday Bowl. Gribble at the Washington State 43. What a super bit of coverage by BYU's John Mannion, a defensive back. A 41-yard punt, minus 2 yards on the return, thanks to that young man right there. Boy, what a play. John Mannion. Mike Smith, do you have anything in the way of an update on that voting for our fans around the country, their choice of most valuable player?
Right now, they say it's Herschel Walker with about 38% of the vote to about 33% from Jim McMahon. Marcus Allen third, Bob Crable fourth. 50-cent dialing charge local. You can't use a payphone. You can't use operator assist. Ray, back to you.
Very good. Casper to his tailback. And the option attack, Mike Martin, the new tailback, a junior out of Tacoma. Incidentally, I was checking the statistics. He's their leading scorer. They use him ordinarily in their short yardage situation, but here they are using him from this point in the field, and he comes up with a good gain of about 6 yards on first down.
Well, I think one of the problems right now with their attack is their number one player, running-wise, Harris, is out of the ballgame.
And that's why Mike Martin is in the game. Harris ran a deep route out of the backfield, and in making a tremendous effort, sustained an injury, and we don't know how serious it is yet. This is Mitchell in motion. Oh, that was Mike Martin carrying, and that was middle linebacker Kyle Whittingham with his second big individual hit of the game.
And when I mentioned his father might be proud of him, here he is. The middle linebacker's the key to their deep 4-3 defense. His father is the defensive coordinator of the Brigham Young team, and I tell you one thing, wow, that was a great shot. You see, the thing that was great about that, he stopped his play and drove him backwards.
Third down, 2 at the Washington State 49. Mitchell again is the man in motion. And a first down run by Don LeBomb, a freshman running back. So Washington State at the BYU 46-yard line for a 1st and 10. Mike, you have a special guest with you?
A special presentation now from the Citizens Watch Company and their spokesman, Mr. Joel Horner. Joel?
On behalf of Citizen Watch Company, I would like to present the Holiday Bowl, official watch of the Holiday Bowl. We're proud to be part of the activities here tonight. Again, my congratulations.
Joel, thank you. Ray, Lee, back to you.
Okay, that was Don LeBomb for short yardage. That's L-A, capital B-O-M-M-E. Tackle made by Kevin Walker out of the secondary. Gain about a yard, 45-yard line, 2nd down 9. The Washington State University sidelines across the field from our Ms. Lou television booth. 7-0, Brigham Young leading. 2:40 left to play, first quarter, the clock running. In motion left, Escalera. Pass complete. Inside the BYU 40, around the 39-yard line to Jeff Keller, senior out of Baldwin Park, California. Tackle made by cornerback Dave McKee. So Washington State slowly moving into position here.
This is more their type of ball game, the short passing game and a good running attack. They came out smoking, and it didn't work very well.
Gain on the play, 7 yards. Capacity crowd here at Jack Murphy Stadium. 2nd down 3 after that 7-yard gain. Mitchell came in motion. And that looks like enough for a first down at the 35-yard line on the keeper by Cleet Casper. So Washington State, and this was all set up as a result of a quick kick that put BYU deep. Then the Washington State defense took over, sacked McMahon on a 3rd down. Here they are now with a first down at the BYU 35-yard line. Less than 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Mitchell and Jones are now the wide receivers. Jones to the left. Mitchell is off to the right. This is Mitchell now in motion. Casper. Interception. Linebacker Mike O'Neill, a junior out of Hacienda Heights, California. I don't think Casper ever saw him.
No, what they did, they put a man in motion. You'll see the quarterback rolling out now. The linebacker from the inside slips in. He doesn't even see him. Interception right there. Now watch. He takes off of the nearest sideline. A good play. They try to strip the ball from him right there. But I tell you what, number 12 will be in the ball game pretty soon. You see the quarterback rolling out. The linebacker comes from the inside. Doesn't see him. Interception. BYU.
Back live. First down. BYU on the interception at their own 47. McMahon on first down. Out of the backfield, this is Pettis, one of his fine receivers. That's a first down at the 42-yard line of Washington State. What a great group of receivers that Jim McMahon has to throw to. His great tight end, Gordon Hudson. You saw Pettis there out of the backfield. He has Plater, who caught a touchdown pass tonight. He has Scott Colley. He has Neil Ballholm. Great receivers. There's Mike O'Neill, who made the interception. Happiness is being young and playing in the Holiday Bowl.
Handsome young man.
First down play coming up. Fumble. At the bottom of the pile, we believe, will be McMahon, the defender nearest him.
The quarterback gets out of there a little bit too fast, and he drops the ball and picks it up. Now, this is dangerous right here. You got the world's greatest quarterback running for a 2-yard gain. Get down, Jim. Get down.
In fact, you wound up with no gain, Lee.
I tell you, he should run the other way. You'll see it again. See, he starts to move out of there too fast. You notice his right foot? There was a separation in there. He doesn't get the ball. He picks it up now. If he picks that ball up, sit down, boy.
No gain. Back live. 2nd and 10 for BYU at 43-yard line of Washington State. This is his big fullback, Hamilton. And picks up about 7 yards. It's going to be a 3rd down and about 3, maybe 4 on the final play of the first quarter. So for the 4th annual Holiday Bowl, at the end of the first quarter, BYU leading Washington State by a score of 7-0. And we'll return to Jack Murphy Stadium, San Diego, California, after these words from our local stations.
Creative innovation, advanced engineering developments, computer design technology. They make TA high-tech radials the most technically advanced line of tires BF Goodrich ever made, with the exclusive DuraGuard folded belt system to increase durability and dual compound tread for long wear. TA high-tech radials, excellent ride, performance, handling. Truly the state of the art.
Put on a set today at Tom Long's Tire Store near you.
The days of the 10-gallon hat are alive and well and living at the Salinas Western Store. Have you ever thought of yourself in a cowboy hat? Come and see our 40 styles of felts and hundreds of straws. Talk to Lynn, our hat expert. Let her find that right shape for you. Be a part of the future of the Old West at the new Salinas Western Store, Sherwood Gardens, Salinas.
Across the world, care is your personal answer to human need. Through care, you can feed the hungry. You can help them to grow their own food and to dig wells so they can have safer water to drink. You can bring medical aid to the sick. You can help needy people to build schools for their children and provide them with the means to better their lives. Please send your check or money order to CARE, Box 100, San Francisco 94101.
Back at the 4th annual Holiday Bowl, Brigham Young University leading by a score of 7-0. BYU now moving from right to left, has a 3rd down and 5 at the Washington State 37-yard line. Wide receiver out to the right. Pettis was in motion, the tailback. McMahon. Oh, he hits his big tight end, Hudson. Beautifully executed. His #1 receiver in the regular season, Gordon Hudson, worked his way clear. He's only a sophomore out of Kennewick, Washington, Lee.
He will be an All-American by the time he's finished. He hits the seam. In other words, he goes in between the defenders, breaks a tackle of 28, keeps right up down the sideline. That guy's a fine football player.
Result, a big 1st down at the 11-yard line of Washington State on the first play of the second quarter. Pettis and Hamilton are the running backs. Ballholm was in motion. Pettis, what a beautiful bit of scrambling, and Pettis, ever so alert, working his way clear, and the result is a gain down to the 7-yard line of about 4 yards.
Absolutely great athletic play by the quarterback.
Remember now, you get a chance to vote for that most valuable player. How are they coming in, Mike?
Right now, still Herschel Walker, about a 3,000 vote lead over Jim McMahon. We have about 50,000 votes into this point. We'll keep those phone numbers coming, and you keep the calls coming, right?
Right. Gain of 4 yards. It is now 2nd down, 6 at the 7-yard line of Washington State. 14 minutes left to play first half. 7-0 BYU. Just led his intended receiver with a penalty flag down. That was Pettis, the tailback. But a penalty flag down at the line of, oh no, about 4 yards behind the line. Let's see what referee Jack Gatto has to say. Illegal motion against BYU. Now, Washington State can accept a 3rd and 6 or a 2nd at about 11. What do you think, Lee?
Well, my personal opinion is this. They're probably going to take the play because this guy is such a great football player. 6 yards doesn't make any difference to him. He'll throw it. They'll probably decline the penalty and just let the down go away. There it is.
Okay.
Now, if it doesn't work, we'll get all those phone calls, right?
3rd and 6 at the 7-yard line of Washington State. Some new defenders just checked in for Washington State.
They brought in 6 defensive backs.
Bauholm is wide to the right. 3rd and 6. Touchdown. Beautifully thrown. There he is, the tight end, the young man that you like, Lee Corso, Gordon Hudson.
What happens here, they put 6 defensive backs in there. They play man for man, but they don't have... There's very few teams in the country that have a man that can cover a guy 6'4", 230 pounds. And all he does, you see him get away from number 41, it's like basketball. He beats him one-on-one. And I tell you one thing, of all the films I saw him miss 1 pass in all the games.
Extra point attempt, Kurt Gunther. BYU has point number 14 on the board. Incidentally, during the regular season, Hudson caught 10 touchdown passes. And so, the 4th annual Holiday Bowl has 14 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter. We'll be back after these messages.
Presenting the new Toyota Supra and Dan Gurney. It takes the right stuff to make a great performance car. Come ride with Dan Gurney and see.
It's quick off the line. That's the twin-cam fuel-injected engine. Now let's see the independent 4-wheel suspension in action. Handles well. Nice brakes.
The new Toyota Celica Supra.
That's the right stuff.
Supra.
Navy flight operations, Hawaiian Islands.
155 is the go, Bird. And the green stripe, rudder. Bring up 155 on number 2 elevator. Cloud top to 28,000 feet. Alpha Hotel, your wind is down the deck at 28,900.
The Navy. Over 75% of our jobs give you technical training. Get one.
Launch aircraft. And clear. That's clear.
Speak to your local recruiter or call this toll-free number. Navy. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Woods Cross, Utah, wherever you are, I hope you're looking in at halftime. Magic Moments, a special feature that I know you will enjoy. So this capacity crowd looks on as Kurt Gunther will kick off to freshman Don LeBon off to our left at the goal line. 13:58 left to play, first half. BYU, 2 touchdown passes by Jim McMahon. This is what that kickoff returner looks at, right? 5, 10. Good return. Penalty flag down. A penalty flag is down. The return was to the 27-yard line. Drive by BYU, 47 yards. It followed a pass interception by linebacker Mike O'Neill. Out to the 42-yard line on the 15-yard penalty against BYU for... Was that a personal foul penalty?
Yes, sir. Hitting after the ball. Number 12's in.
Ricky Turner. A sophomore out of Compton, California. He's exciting. Now remember, all season long, Coach Jim Walden's been alternating these quarterbacks with great success. This is Turner. Tried to hit Keller. Tried to hit Jeff Keller. But Turner off target on first down, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. 1931. The Rose Bowl, the last time that the Washington State University Cougars played in a postseason game. And they've been enjoying themselves in San Diego, this squad and their followers, and officials and coaches. Out to the left, Keller for one, Mitchell for another. tailback Tim Harris, and I'm happy that this young man who had been shaken up earlier, the only report we had was that he had been knocked out, didn't know whether he'd be back or not, but here he is. And Tim Harris, needless to say, as you take a look at those statistics, is an important member of this offense.
Yeah, but he's not well either. You see him tap his head. He tried to play, but he's not going to be able to play again.
Gain 4 yards. 3rd down 6. This game has been a sellout for some time. After the 4-yard gain by Harris on the pitch, it is 3rd and 6 at the 46-yard line of Washington State. 3 wide receivers, 1 left, 2 right. Short of a first down, P.J. Jones hit at the 49-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. Washington State trailing 14-0 here early in the 2nd quarter will apparently have to kick the ball away. But before we have a punt, BYU elects to take a timeout as their defensive captain and outstanding linebacker Kyle Whittingham wants to come over and talk with the BYU coaching staff. Well, Lee Corso, I think we have an instant here. And when we come back, I'm going to ask you what I'm going to ask you. Meanwhile, I'm going to remind the folks that it's 14-0 BYU from our local stations. Tim Davey, the regular punter for Washington State, injured earlier, so their place kicker, Kevin Morris, will be kicking to Bai Sikahima, who stands back at the BYU 10-yard line. Good hang time, fair catch. Sikahima, 17-yard line. So, under the conditions, not punting on a regular basis, I think Morris did a pretty good job that time. Lee, 34-yard punt, but no return. That's the key. So, Jim McMahon, there's no way we would ever have enough time in a telecast to tell you of all the records that he has set passing. And it's amazing when his first year, his freshman year, he only passed for about 125 yards.
56 national records.
Shifting into the eye. This is Pettis. And very good defense. Gain 1, maybe 2 yards. Joe Taylor, the junior defensive back out of Jersey City, New Jersey, made the hit. Well, the Washington State band is certainly still vociferous in their support of their team.
You see the quarterback toss sweep, good protection to the outside, but watch number 41 turn to play in. Really nice play there, and then they pursuit and run him off the field. BYU has always had a tendency when the I formation to run the football. They basically throw it when they're split like this.
Gain of about 1. So on 2nd and 9, McMahon, a penalty flag off to his right. Pass is complete on quite a grab by Wayman Hamilton. But a flag, 2 flags in fact are down.
Number 33, Wayman Hamilton, penalty flag down.
Does he have good hands? Tim Harris, we were told, as pointed out by Lee Corso, was injured again. He came back in for just 1 play, and it remains to be seen whether he'll be back or not. The penalty, obviously, against BYU was a gain short of a first down that time on the pass completed by McMahon. From the line of scrimmage, 5 yards, back to the 14-yard line. Here's referee Jack Gatto. Illegal motion. Illegal motion is the penalty. And in with a play selection is Neil Ballholm, junior out of Vancouver, Washington. Second down, 14 at the 14-yard line of BYU. The official says, no, we're not ready to start. Why, I'm not sure. Now we're ready. Hamilton is the up back in the I formation. Scott Pettis is the tailback. 2 wide receivers set off to the right. 2nd and 14 play. Fake was to the tailback. And there is the tailback, Pettis. And a good gain out to the 24-yard line of 10 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4. McMahon seems to be leading to do an exceptional job of picking out that second and third receiver.
No question about it. They must work on it religiously. One of the things when he starts to scramble is you'll see he'll fake the ball to the tailback right here. The tailback is now coming out of the back. They practice this. This is not luck. Those guys know exactly where to run when he scrambles. The kid makes a good catch, maneuvers.
10-yard gain, 3rd down 4 at the 24-yard line of BYU. 14-0, Brigham Young leading. 32nd quarter, good protection. Was that a good catch? No, say the official. It's out of bounds. Right in front of the Brigham Young bench. Players on the sidelines are not totally convinced. Jim Walden's very happy, of course, on the far sidelines. It is 4th down. It is punt formation time. Mike Mees, the punter. To return it, Bill Gribble back at the Washington State 30-yard line or so. Mees there's Gribble. Mees during the regular season averaged 40.9. Time left to play first half, 11 minutes, 16 seconds in this 4th annual Holiday Bowl. Whoa, the punt is blocked. And it was blocked by Joe Taylor, a defensive back. And as a result, Washington State has great field position.
It's a high snap. That immediately is the timing is not perfect. The kid makes a great block right here, but let me show you something that Taylor, after it's blocked, you know, he could pick this ball up and run it and kick it. In my opinion, right there, he should have tried to kick it right there. So
you mean Mike Mees should have done that?
Sure, he should have kicked that football right there because now they got it down to the 24-yard line.
So Washington State trailing 14-0 has a great scoring opportunity at the BYU 24-yard line. Ricky Turner is the quarterback. Oh, beautiful fake and a keeper for a first down at the 13-yard line by Ricky Turner.
Watch here. Here's a guy. See, the timing is high, and the kid dives from the area. Great block. What an individual effort by number 3. But now, as the ball is loose there, the kicker can get up and kick the ball. There was nobody there.
Measurement for the down. It appeared to me that Turner did pick up a first down as he faked the pitch and kept, and it is a first down. Washington State, BYU 13-yard line. 10:52 remaining here in the first half. Ricky Turner, sophomore out of Compton, California. Now he has Mitchell and Keller as his wide receivers out to the left. He has Mike Martin and Don LaFawn as the running backs. Boy, what a hit by Mike O'Neill, who earlier had intercepted a pass. Linebacker, Young, 35. Good hit.
Fine defensive play, but you see, if they're stopping that play, that's why the option play went. One of those 2 plays are going to be good. I wouldn't be surprised right now if he didn't make that play come out with the option.
Gain of 2, 2nd down, 8 at the 11-yard line of BYU as we have a close-up look at Ricky Turner.
There he comes.
He's close to a first down around the 3-yard line. Kyle Whittingham made the tackle, but not before Turner is down close to a first down at around the 4-yard line. And looks like...
All right, now you see him take a reverse pivot, and they go to the option the other way. They call it this. Now he's optioning the outside man. He cuts in. The difference between this quarterback and the one previously is his quickness and his speed. Watch his feet. Boom. You can't coach that right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's natural athletic ability.
Measurement for the down around the 4-yard line. Now BYU will be going into their short yardage defense here. They'll be taking out Steve Brady, their free safety. They'll bring in Barry Oates. So it's about 2 feet shy of a first down between the 3- and 4-yard line. 2nd down coming up. They're going to bring in Jamie White. He's a second tight end. Meanwhile, injured player is Brandon Flint, a sophomore defender out of Layton, Utah. Number 99 comes to the sideline. There is Ward Leland, who handles the extra point kicking chores for Washington State, hoping for some action here. 9:50 left to play first half, 14-0 BYU. 3rd down, foot away from a first down. And the first down is picked up by Don LeBaum down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be first and goal to go as Jim Walden getting ready to send in the play. Have you voted yet? This is your opportunity to vote for your version of the most valuable player. We've given you 4 choices. Jim McMahon, who has thrown 2 touchdown passes tonight. Marcus Allen, the great Southern California tailback. Herschel Walker, the great sophomore running back out of Georgia. And Bob Crable, the great linebacker from Notre Dame. It will cost you 50 cents to vote for your most valuable player. Poppy is out wide to the left, the only wide receiver. LeBaum, no. Keeper, a great make by LeBaum, a keeper by Turner. Washington State is on the board, and Ricky Turner has moved Washington State right back into this football game.
And now here's the play. Remember they made that great tackle on that number 21 before? Well, if they're going to tackle that guy, they can't take the quarterback, and that's the option right there. It's a tremendous play because it's a triple option. Run the ball, tailback, run the ball, quarterback, or pitch it out. You can't stop home.
So Poppy is the holder. Leland will try for the extra point. Ward Leland. So Washington State is right back in this game with 9:20 left to play in the first half. Brigham Young, 14. Washington State, 7. Will return to this 4th annual Holiday Bowl right after. And so at the Holiday Bowl, Washington State is on the board, 14-7. Vi Sakahima is the 1 deep back. Bruce Hansen is the other. As Washington State capitalizes on a blocked punt by Joe Taylor and turns it into a touchdown scored by Ricky Turner. Kevin Morris to kick off. And we have a ball moving in here. Line drive kick. Crazy bounces. Look out. That's a free ball. Sakahima manages to control it. But just now, a penalty flag went down at the Washington State 25-yard line. I don't know what happened. Still to come on yet another bowl game on Ms. Lou. The last day of this year, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Mississippi State and Kansas in the Hall of Fame Bowl from Birmingham, Alabama.
Say hello, grandmother, and get well soon. I'm thinking about you. We're doing it for you.
That was Ricky Turner. The young quarterback who just scored that touchdown, dedicating this game to his grandmother who was hospitalized. Meanwhile, the penalty was against BYU. Now, the infraction apparently occurred out in front of the kick returner, out around the 25-yard line.
Correct. When it does that, it's usually some kind of an unnecessary roughness. But I'm not sure that it wasn't 2 guys scuffling, and I think it's probably the penalties were negated. I'm not sure. I think it will be probably just left like it is.
Yet another bowl game, New Year's Eve in Houston. UCLA and Michigan. And wow, should that send off spark? You'll be there, Lee?
Oh, I hope so. I hope I do well enough tonight to like go.
Okay, we'll be there. So there is no penalty being measured off, whatever infraction. Apparently they offset each other.
Offsetting. First
down, BYU at the Brigham Young 13-yard line. 9:18 remaining in the first half. Wayman Hamilton and Scott Pettis will be the BYU running backs behind quarterback Jim McMahon. Coach Lavelle Edwards has had outstanding success at BYU. A succession of fine quarterbacks. Mark Wilson, Gifford Nielsen, now Jim McMahon. We had his backup in the lineup at the same time tonight, left-handed quarterback Steve Young, and he threw a big pass for a big gainer. This is Pettis. Little screen. He had 2 men in front of him. Turns it into a gain from about 13 out to around the 20-yard line for about 7 yards. Mike Smith, what's the latest report on our voting for most valuable player?
Ray, I think the MVP voting just about as close as tonight's ball game. Jim McMahon now pulling up on Herschel Walker, trails him by about 500. Marcus Allen, 10,000 off the pace. Keep those calls coming in. Again, a 50-cent dialing charge on local calls.
Very good, Mike. Second down, 3. Here comes Pettis. Did he get the first down? He's very close. No, he's going to be shy. Going to be shy around the 22-yard line by about 1.5 yards. First down. This Pettis has good speed and very quick feet.
Very quick feet. He's not very big either, so he makes it up with his quickness.
That man's big.
He's probably about 4'1". It's just the angle.
That's Washington State's T.J. Jones, one of their wide receivers. BYU, 3rd down and 1 at their own 23. Hamilton. He just leaned forward enough for a first down at the 25-yard line. Now, changes for BYU. Wide receiver Scott Colley, who had been shaken up earlier in the game. Number 3 comes in. There's a young man who was injured, Tim Davey, the Washington State punter. He has not returned since he suffered that leg injury.
I'm okay.
On first down, McMahon. And there's the ever-present Pettis, another first down. And out across but he's ruled out of bounds at the 39-yard line. He has a great knack of finding open places.
See what they're doing? You see that guy tight end, that's my favorite, going across there? Well, they're dragging him across there. Therefore, if the guys drop back deep, they're going to throw the ball in front of them. Beautifully conceived play. A great offensive theory. Drive a man deep, drag a man underneath.
Scott Pettis is a junior from Stockton, California. That reception gives BYU a first down at the Brigham Young 44-yard line. Plater and Balholm are wide out to the left. With 8 minutes left to play in the first half, and BYU leading 14-7. Got back not only to the line of scrimmage, but maybe picked up a gain of about 1 yard, close to it, before it's run out of bounds by senior tackle Ken Collins out of Kashmir, California. No, he did not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss in the play of about 2 yards. Incidentally, that voting for the most valuable players now up over 60,000 votes cast. I think that's a great idea to give the fans a chance to vote for their choice.
Absolutely.
Jim McMahon sets up a second down and 11 play from the Brigham Young 42-yard line. Now he sends out wide to the left. Glenn Kozlowski, a freshman receiver, wide to the right. Now there goes Pettis in motion. Yes, Kozlowski, says the official. Or did they say no? No. I thought he signaled that it was good. My mistake. Glenn Kozlowski, a freshman out of Carlsbad, Canada.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. Play with the quarterback rolled out and hit the tight end before. Now the kid dives. You must have your feet in bounds with possession of the ball. He does not. The ball is out of bounds. Good call. And they see that guy about 3 feet. He ought to see it. Good call.
Well, there's Glenn Kozlowski, who almost made a great catch, but with the incomplete pass, it's 3rd and 11 at the Brigham Young 42, midway second quarter. That's Hamilton in motion, the fullback. There's a completion. Wide receiver, Neil Balholm, first down, Washington State 42-yard line. Mind you now, Jim McMahon is throwing against a defense that allowed an average of only 123 yards passing during the season. He's already well over that.
Now see what he's doing here. You'll see a man going in motion to change the coverage. Now watch the guy go out and just find an open spot. See him turn around? Boom, throws it to him. Great play.
Result, first down, Washington State 42-yard line. Here he comes firing again. A tremendous catch by Scott Colley. And I'll tell you something, that was good defense. He had a man right with him.
There's no question about it. Now watch, he'll throw the ball to a spot, and the kid comes back and makes a great catch. But watch the official. The The official does not see the ball. Now watch this right here, and you can't see it in the play up. But you throw the ball out here, the official will not see if he catches or not, and he looks to the other official for the call. I hope and this official doesn't see it, and he looks. Great catch.
As a result, first down, Brigham Young, 22-yard line of Washington State. Plater and Balholm were wide to the right. Balholm came in motion. He has Balholm down at the 7. That was the man in motion. Defending was Nate Bradley, the senior out of Santa Ana, California. But McMahon, after a very slow start, is in high gear now.
You ever notice that when a passer gets hot, he starts hitting everything? There he goes back to pass again. They put a man in motion. They throw the ball to a man in motion more than anybody I've seen. He gets out there, good catch. The guy is hot. He'll continue to throw the football.
First and goal, BYU, Washington State 7. Colley and Kozlowski are wide receivers. This is for Kozlowski. The defender was Jeff Files. But Kozlowski, who earlier almost came up with a great catch, was the intended receiver this time.
All right, this is a 3-step. In other words, he just throws the ball to a spot. It's one-on-one coverage. Now, the reason why this play is not successful, 41 comes up with a great play at the last minute. Right there. A very controversial face mask call possible.
This drive began back at the BYU 13-yard line. Second and goal, Washington State 7. Pressure. And great pressure that time supplied by Mark Pleiss, a senior defender out of Lafayette, California. Number 18 put good pressure that time.
They brought a secondary man. See, that's the first time they've blitzed him from the secondary, and obviously that's what it looks like they're going to have to do more of that, doesn't it?
Now, with 6:36 left to play in the first half, with our Washington State cheerleaders looking on, McMahon will bring BYU up to the line. Third and goal, Washington State 7, BYU leading 14-7.
Watch the tight end.
Just inside the 5-yard line. How did you know Gordon Hudson, the tight end, was going to catch that ball?
Because he's the best player they got. And when you get down there to go throw the ball to the best player.
Gain of 4. Good grab. Tackle made by Brett White, sophomore out of Sparks, Nevada, a linebacker. We're going to have a 4th and goal.
Right. See, what they're trying, the tight end just drags out there, makes great catch concentration-wise. He's a big target. See, anytime you got a big target, 6'4" on a goal line, it's very, very apropos to throw the ball to him.
Now, Jim Walden, the Washington State coach, is looking on, and BYU has not yet decided whether they're going to go for 3. I think if I'm any judge, and maybe I'm just doing too much guessing here, I think Jim McMahon was trying to talk the coach into going for the touchdown. Well, and the special unit, the kicking team, just started onto the field. Now they came back along the sideline, so no decision has been made as yet.
Well, see, the offensive team is telling the guy, we want to go for it, and the coach is the guy that's going to make the decision. I don't care what those guys say.
Kurt Gunther is going to try to put 3 points on the board. The holder is Tom Homo.
I'm going to tell you right now, no matter what happens, I think this is a good call, and I'll tell you why. Because right at this moment, Washington State had a little momentum going for it. So if he could get 3 points, it was only a 4-point swing down at the other end.
Gunther was successful on 10 of 19 field goal attempts in the regular season. This will be a 20-yard attempt, hash mark left. BYU adds to its lead with 6:15 left to play in the first half. The score changes to Brigham Young 17, Washington State 7. We'll return to this 4th annual Holiday Bowl right after this. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to play, first half, and we're here. We, Ms. Lou, Mike Smith, Lee Corso, and I'm Ray Scott. Hope you're enjoying the action. We're all getting into the spirit of the holiday season. The deep man for Washington State is freshman Don LeBaum. He's had a couple of fine returns already. Gunther kicks. Touchback. Washington State to their score. Washington State University, represented by all ages. Isn't she a doll? Or he, maybe? Okay, here we go. Washington State on the touchback from the Washington State 20-yard line. Escalera and Keller are the wide receivers. That's Keller. Ricky Turner on a keeper. Brings it out for about 8 yards to the 28-yard line. There's enough time left here in the first half. A little less than 6 minutes when the ball is next snapped by quarterback Steve Sebahar. Play brought in from the sidelines by running back Mike Martin, Jr. out of Tacoma. Cameron Mitchell, a senior wide receiver from Richland, Washington, is out to the left. They use him a lot as a man in motion. He has good speed. LeBaum and Martin, the running backs. There's Keller. Mike Martin appears to have a first down out across the 30. Yep, first down. Washington State. Junior Piliaga. Kyle Whittingham making the defensive play for BYU. And Brandon Flint, who had left the game earlier with a slight injury, a sophomore out of Layton, is back in the game for BYU, number 99. First down, Washington State at their own 31-yard line. Clock running, 17-7, BYU leading late in the first half. Couldn't quite get it to his big tight end, Pat Beach. Senior out of Pullman. That could have gone for big yardage. Steve Brady was defending on the play.
That's the other part of the triple option, where they either give the ball to the tailback, quarterback runs it, or they throw a quick pass in that area. It just was a little bit too far.
Out wide to the right is Jeff Hoppy. He's out wide, number 81. LeBaum gets it out to the 36-yard line, where it will be third down and 5. So a key third down coming up here for Washington State, trailing 17-7.
Now you watch the quarterback do a reverse pivot. The reason why this play doesn't work is the end plays both the quarterback and the pitch out. Now watch, you come right down to 93. 93 takes the quarterback and the pitch out. You cannot get a better play than that right there.
Brad. Anyway, this is a 3rd and 5 play. Turner, he's a good runner. Up. Trying to throw on the run and off balance. Incomplete. 4th down. Dave Anai, I'm sorry about that mispronunciation, who made that fine defensive play on 2nd down. It is now 4th down. By Sikahema will be the return man.
Did you notice how I said number 93?
I noticed. All right. Morris to punt. Sikahema stops the clock. Very smart. BYU 34-yard line. And of course, with a passer like McMahon and that great core of receivers, plenty of time left for BYU to add to its lead. Leading 17-7 here. See if we can pick out the wide receivers. Dan Plater will be one. He caught a touchdown pass already from McMahon, the first touchdown of the game. 86 will be one wide receiver. Number 89, Neil Balholm, will be another wide receiver. The running backs are Hamilton, and Sikahema stays in the game. Number 23, Phi Sikahema, who carried back that punt. McMahon on first down. This is Hamilton. To the 41-yard line for 6 yards. We get a chance here. Let's check on what McMahon has done so far in the way of vital statistics. Remember now, he was on, what is it, 56 NC2A passing records?
Now here comes back and drops, and everybody drops deep, and this is a planned play. He looks deep. He dumps it off. Now it's just like that little sweep from the I formation. He breaks a tackle. Good hands. Good play.
There was a gain of 6. Wide open. Just Kozlowski down to the 24-yard line. Glenn Kozlowski, the freshman out of Carlsbad, Canada.
Now, watch him run after he catches the ball. This is what you cannot teach a receiver. Once he catches the football, you become a running back. Great play. That's a sign of excellent coaching right there. When a kid will break right now. See that? Take off. He made 8 extra yards by his effort alone.
Result, first down at the 23-yard line of Washington State. Dahlhelm is in motion.
They're hot.
There's the fullback, Hamilton.
They're hot.
He went out of bounds at the 15-yard line. That is not a touchdown. Wayman Hamilton, a sophomore out of Calipatria, Utah.
The quarterback goes back, they blitz him. You see the outside people, the outside cornerback blitz, that's his area. Great play by McMahon, right there. He steps out of bounds.
Right there. Out of bounds, just inside the 15-yard line. Gain of 8, second down 2.
You notice what I said? They're hot, they started moving.
Colley and Kozlowski now are the wide receivers. Colley to the right, Kozlowski to the left. Second and 2 at the 15 of Washington State. Kozlowski, first down, 6 or 7-yard line. McMahon really has it going right now. How many times has he gone to the air? Let's check our unofficial statistics here. McMahon, we have 18 of 25.
All right, he goes
he's already over 200 yards.
Goes back to, and it's one-on-one coverage. See, he's just reading one-on-one. 41 has got 20. There's no way he can cover it. Not with a quarterback like McMahon.
First and goal to go, 7-yard line of Washington State. A great play on Mike Martin. A super play by, see if we can pick up who that defender was there for Washington State. Ken Emo, an outside linebacker. Ken Emo. Junior out of Lake Stevens, Washington, made a fine play, and there's a loss back to the 11.5.
Now, the reason this happened, he drops back, but they're playing man-for-man coverage. You see, 34 has that guy man-for-man. The screen play is not good the closer you get to the goal line.
Second and goal, but the ball is back now near the 12-yard line as McMahon shouts instructions out to his wide receiver to the right. There's Mike Martin. He's going to be held to a gain to the 5-yard line. Or was that, no, that was, I'm sorry, that was by Sikahema.
Now the quarterback goes back. He wants to throw the ball to the right, as you'll see him over there. But there's nobody open. Now the scramble drill. Throws it back. Great play here, though, by the Washington State team. Watch them converge. 41 right there.
The defensive play was made by Jeff Files. It is third and goal at the Washington State 5 on the pass to Sikahema. To the end zone. Oh, what a play. Oh, my. Nate Bradley, a senior out of Santa Ana, California. But a flag was down.
Now watch, he throws the ball, he pumps it like he makes it go to the inside. Now watch this play. It looked like a great play from our angle. Oh. Well, obviously that's a very controversial play.
It's going to give, that call is going to give BYU a first and goal at the Washington State 1-yard line.
We could not see where his bottom hand was. It might have been on his back. Right now, you can see maybe that left hand is on his back, but I doubt it. I tell you, that's a great defensive play.
Back live. Hamilton does not get into the end zone. Wayman Hamilton. No gain on the play. It'll be second and goal. And Scott Colley, a wide receiver, checks into the lineup. Washington State's defenders from our ground level camera. The ball is exactly where it was on first down. It is second and goal at the 1-yard line of Washington State. Jeff Files, yes it was, a senior out of Wenatchee, made a great play. No gain. It's 3rd and goal. Now in comes the play from the sidelines. Neil Bauholm.
Now you watch the line come off here. The fullback makes a good read. He breaks it to the outside, but it's good pursuit. You know, sometimes, Ray, good passing teams have a problem running the football when they get down here.
Sikahema and Hamilton are the running backs. Hamilton is into the end zone. Wayman Hamilton, the sophomore out of Calipatria, is into the end zone.
Watch the way this play works. This is opposite. I'll bet you $1 that the computer says that they do not run the fullback to the tight end side on that side because the guy's close. Boom, touchdown. They ran 2 plays to the left, put the same formation, and confused the Washington State team by going to the right. You see, they have been going to the left. Out of the right, good play, touchdown.
So for BYU, Kurt Gunther will try for point number 24 with 1:06 to play in the first half. And Gunther is on target again. And so BYU turns what was considered by many of the fans here a controversial pass interference call into a touchdown. And a 17-point lead as we near halftime. And Mike Smith, I know you've been tallying that voting on our most valuable player in the country. How does it stand right now?
Well, right now, Jim McMahon has taken over the lead by about 200 votes over Herschel Walker. Marcus Allen has some making up to do. He's about 15,000 votes off the base, and not too much support so far for Bob Grable from Notre Dame, right?
Okay. There's the way you can vote. All of the area codes are the same, area code 900, and then a number for each player. McMahon, Herschel Walker, Bob Grable, and Marcus Allen. Don LeBaum back at the goal line to our left. 1:06 left to play, first half. 24-7 BYU, representing the Western Athletic Conference against Washington State University of the Pac-10. Gunther will handle the kickoff chores. He already has a field goal in addition to his 3 extra points.
You know, it's interesting, Ray, but there wasn't very much time on the clock, and you made a very astute comment. There's plenty of time for BYU. You know, they went down and scored so fast. There's plenty of time for Washington State.
That's right. LeBaum at the 3. 10, 15. And goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And a Washington State University player is down at the Washington State 24-yard line. At halftime, in addition to other special items, we will have a special feature entitled Magic Moments. That drive, 66 yards, just 3 minutes and 10 seconds. It's really one of the great passing attacks in collegiate football.
There's no question that he has a sixth sense. He knows where every receiver is going to be, and he's just an outstanding quarterback. There's no question about it.
Joe Taylor, who had blocked a BYU punt to set up Washington State's only score so far, shaken up, but as you note, able to walk off under his own power. Exactly 1 minute left to play in the first half. 24-7, Brigham Young leading. Wide to the left is Paul Escalera. And Casper's the quarterback. Penalty flag down behind the line as Casper tries to get rid of the football in a hurry. Cleet Casper, who started the game at quarterback. I thought I saw a preliminary signal of a face mask penalty against BYU. Did you see that?
I couldn't. It looked like it. Yes.
Yes, there it is.
I can see why you've done this long enough. You can see those things. I never even saw that. That was a great call.
15-yard penalty. Brings the ball out to the Washington State 40. Now that play took exactly 4 seconds. Cameron Mitchell just brought in Jim Walden and staff's choice of the next play with a 1st and 10 at the Washington State 40. Mitchell goes left. Keller comes right. Tight end Pat Beach is over on the left. Short gain for Robert Williams, the junior fullback out of Compton, California. Got about 3 yards Washington State going with their hurry-up drill, their 2-minute drill. Pass complete to Keller. Short of a first down by a couple of yards. So far in the first half, Brigham Young has had the big edge in time of possession. 17 minutes and some seconds versus Washington State's 11 minutes and a few seconds. Did you see a timeout called here?
Correct. It was a timeout call. It's in a 2-minute plan. They tried to get the ball thrown to the receiver so he could run out of bounds, but obviously Brigham Young is well coached. They did not let the man go out of bounds, and therefore it forced him to use a timeout.
It'll be a 3rd down and 3, and the player who did, as you said, kept that receiver in bounds was cornerback Dave McKee.
See, the theory now is for Brigham Young is to make sure they don't give up a big play. And obviously Washington State being behind 24-7, they can't be conservative here, but they got to get the first down at least, and then try to move it in and at least get 3 points if they can.
The scoreboard pretty much tells the story at this moment. A 3rd down and 3. Quarterback Clete Casper has been over consulting with Jim Walden. BYU and Washington State schools well represented by not only their cheerleaders, but great numbers of fans have followed their teams here to San Diego to enjoy a holiday. All right, a 3rd down and 3. Washington State 47. Clete Casper. Casper unable to get the ball to his receiver, Jay Keller, who was open, and it's 4th down. And of course, one of the reasons there was big pressure that time being put on Casper. 4th down and 3. 20 seconds left in the half. And needless to say, Washington State trailing 24-7 is going to try for the first down.
Don't leave, because if they don't make it, BYU's got enough time to get out there and get something else.
All right. Escalera to the right. That I did not expect. Into the end zone.
There's a penalty on number 93. Who hit the quarterback after. You'll see this play coming up with the penalty.
Clete Casper was the player who was down.
Quarterback throws the ball back there, turns around and stands, and he gets clobbered. After the ball is kicked, he will eventually get hit.
There and right there. He really got nailed by BYU's Brad. I want to pronounce this correctly. Somewhere in here I have the information. Brad Anai. Right. This could be very costly.
Oh.
Personal foul. But it occurred after the punt.
Correct.
So what will happen here is the penalty will take the ball half the distance from the 20 back to the 10-yard line. Now, had that occurred before the punt, then Washington State would have kept possession of the football.
Absolutely.
14 seconds left in the half. Let's see if Lavelle Edwards, the head man at BYU, elects to play it safe here with just a few seconds left in the half and his team leading by 17.
Washington State has been behind before. They know how to come from behind. In fact, against Colorado, they were behind. It looked like out of the question. So they still have the kind of offensive team that can catch the BYU Cougars.
McMahon will go with 3 wide receivers. 14 seconds left in the half. But this is the draw to Hamilton. And a first down run out to the 22-yard line. Unless a timeout is called, that was indeed the final play of the first half. We're down to 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's the end of the first half. The 4th annual Holiday Bowl. The score, Brigham Young 24, Washington State 7. We'll return for our halftime activities here at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego after these messages. BYU leading at halftime Washington State will receive the second half kickoff. In the first half, BYU had a slight edge as far as time of possession is concerned. As far as statistics are concerned, McMahon is absolutely amazing. He has completed 21 of 31 passes for 254 yards. An amazing performance by Jim McMahon.
No question, and he came off to a slow start. You remember, I think he was about 1 out of the first 8 or something, and then he got hot. And I tell you what, now, Washington State's coach has told his ball club, now look, game's not out of reach. Just get out there and play your own game plan. Let's get something on the scoreboard right away, then we're right back into the ball game. And I think that's what's going to happen.
Kurt Gunther kicks. Don LeBomb is deep. Went out of bounds just about a foot or so into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. And Washington State will have to start from the Washington State 20-yard line. Incidentally, in mentioning Jim McMahon's statistics in the first half, I received a note here before the game started that as of right now, Jim McMahon is listed as a leading candidate for the Davy O'Brien Award, named after that one-time great passer from TCU, by the Fort Worth Club to the nation's outstanding quarterback. And a little bit more about it later, but as of right now, he's a leading candidate. All right. Cleet Casper is the quarterback. Good run by his tailback, the freshman, Don LeBomb. Boy, he's a good-looking freshman runner.
Yes, he is, and he's going to have to take over for Harris because that young man tried to play again, but obviously was hurt.
Tim Harris, mentioned by Lee, was the starting tailback, was injured, tried to come back, managed just one more play, and I doubt very much if we'll see him tonight. Good gain there, 9 yards on first down by Don LeBomb. Could be a first down. Fullback, Robert Williams. Mike Smith along the sidelines. How's the voting coming for our MVP?
Hooray. Jim McMahon has taken charge in this ball game. He is also dominating the vote tally with about 36,000 votes compared to 29,000 for Herschel Walker. Heisman Trophy winner Marcus Allen way behind, 11,000 votes. And Bob Grable, Notre Dame, about 4,000 votes. There you see the phone numbers. Keep those phones ringing, and we'll have you a winner by the end of the game.
Okay, a first down play as Casper fires. Uh-oh, this could be a touchdown. Number 46 is Tom Homo. Paul Escalera, the intended receiver. Tom Homo, a junior out of Center, California. Picks it off. Touchdown, BYU, just like that.
The quarterback throws, he telegraphs it too much. The guy gets a jump on it, all gone. Now, let me tell you what happened. At halftime, they went into that short passing game, and the BYU people were smart enough to tell their defensive backs to look for that quick game, and they did. A great play.
So Gunther will try for point number 31 for BYU. Gunther is perfect. He also has a field goal tonight. So BYU, just like that, jumps into a 31-7 lead. We'll return to this 4th annual Holiday Bowl after these words.
Neither rain, nor snow, nor gloom of night.
When people are counting on you to come through, it's nice to have a Toyota Corolla Tercel pulling for you.
She'll keep me from the completion of my appointed round.
The 1982 front-wheel drive Toyota Tercel, Toyota's lowest-priced car. The Toyota Tercel, a car that pulls its own weight.
And a little bit more.
Tercel!
We asked Roger Staubach to find out how people spell relief.
How do you spell relief?
For acid indigestion, R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
For heartburn, R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Rolaids really does spell relief.
Like a sponge, Rolaids antacid medicine consumes 100% of the acid required to give millions 100% relief.
How do you spell relief?
I spell relief R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
For millions of Americans, Rolaids spells 100% relief.
After exactly 1 minute of the second half, BYU adds to its lead, and now Washington State is really in a position where they must do something. Halftime of the Tangerine Bowl tomorrow. Hartford's senior All-America football team will be revealed. Again, the deep man is Don LeBomb and Lavelle Edwards along the sidelines, pleased with what has transpired so far. LeBomb from the 5. And a good return by that freshman running back out to the 32-yard line. Tom Homo, who a moment ago intercepted that Casper pass and ran it in for a touchdown, made the tackle on the kickoff return. Cleet Casper. Jim McMahon warming up along the sidelines. Casper has 2 wide receivers to the left, Escalera and Keller. Escalera in motion. This is LeBomb. Almost broke it all the way. Good run. Out to the Washington State 47-yard line. Dave McKee made the stop. Incidentally, throughout the entire first half, I was referring to wide receiver Glenn Kozlowski of BYU as hailing from Carlsbad, Canada. I made the mistake of reading what was a misprint in our program. He is from Carlsbad, California, and for you good folk around Carlsbad, my abject apologies, and I hope that I'm back in your good graces again. First down play for Washington State from their own 47. Keller, one of the wide receivers on the end around, and BYU had a pretty well defense, contained by Kevin Walker, Jr. from Salt Lake City, and as a result, no gain on the play.
What they'll try to do here is fake like you're going to the right, and then what they call a counter action reverse play. Now, it's not going to work against BYU right now because the score is 34-7, 31-7. Those plays will work basically when it's a real tight ball game. Washington State, to get back in this ball game, it has got to go back to doing what it does the best and not worry about the scoreboard.
All right, Cleet Casper under center on 2nd and 10 from the Washington State 47.
Right there.
Right there. That's his big tight end inside the 30, Pat Beat, senior out of Pullman. And now Washington State has something going with a first down at the BYU 29-yard line. The tackle was made by Steve Brady.
What they'll do on this play, they'll fake the ball like they're going to go to the right. If you watch it, and you watch the tight end come right across into the seam. See 89? Right to the completion. Perfect play. That kid's a good football player, that end. He's a captain, too.
Result, first down, 29-yard line of BYU. Little draw. Short run for Tim Harris is trying to play again, by God.
Courageous young man.
Statistic tells you what he's done for Washington State in 3 years. Gained just a yard that time. It'll be second down, and Harris is immediately going to leave. He'll be replaced by Don LeBomb. 2nd and 9, 28-yard line of BYU. Early third quarter. Pass complete. Good move by Keller down to the 23-yard line.
That was the same. Okay, that's the same pass play that they had intercepted. The only time difference, they only had one receiver over there. They get one-on-one coverage, which means there's one white jersey and one blue, and you can't stop a good guy in the white if there's only one-on-one, and the kid makes a great effort. They're going to have to continue to probe and find out what they can do, and they can still come back and win this ball game. No
Third and 4. 3rd and 4. BYU 23-yard line. Escalera is in motion. Oh, there was good defensive play against the fullback, Robert Williams. Might have picked up a yard. It's going to be 4th and about 2. Cleet Casper trying to get his...
What they tried to do that time is they tried to trap the inside lineman, but he played a very, very good play and stopped the trap play. This is a big play right here. They could get back in this ball game if they could make this one.
4th and 3, 22-yard line of BYU. 2 wide receivers to the left. It appears that Casper, on a good second effort, has a first down around the 18-yard line, where Filiaga and Morgan made the tackle. Big play.
Okay,
First down.
watch the line come off. They really blow them off the ball. The quarterback makes the good fake. Remember, if they stop that guy, somebody else has got to be free. The quarterback lunges right there. Great effort. They're back in the ball game right now if they continue to do what they do the best and not worry about Brigham Young.
Now Mitchell comes out to the left. Jones comes out to the left. First down play for Washington State. That's Mitchell, number 2 you saw there.
Right there.
Oh, there's LeBon.
Right there.
Touchdown. Don LeBon. So Washington State has matched scores here now, matched touchdown.
Okay, here's a straight old dive play. What I tell you, do the best things that they do, which is one-on-one blocking, quit messing around with those fancy plays, and go after them what they do the best. The kid makes a break and a touchdown. Now here's another thing. That kid's in the place of Harris. All the years I've coached, all the kids that have come back and try to play them and hurt never play as well as the guy who's sitting over there well.
All right, that changes the score to 31-13. 10:43 left to play in the third quarter.
Looks like they're going for 2.
Yep, they're going to bring the quarterback back in. Lee Casper. Meanwhile, Washington State has decided that there was a little bit of indecision there, apparently. And they'd rather talk things over and make absolutely certain of what they're going to try and do on what appears to be an attempt at a 2-point conversion. I wonder if I could call in Mike Smith right now and perhaps tell us a little bit more about that voting for most valuable player. Mike, I haven't had a chance to talk with you about this. Lee and I have agreed that this is an absolutely great idea, this voting by the fans for most valuable player.
I think so, because everyone, I think, has his or own opinion as to who is the best college football player in this country. We gave you a select field, but 4 very, very outstanding players. And at this point, the fans across the country say it's Jim McMahon of BYU, 37,696 votes, and he's about 5,000 votes ahead of Herschel Walker. Marcus Allen, the Heisman Trophy winner, he's way back, 13,733 votes, and Bob Grable, Notre Dame, 4,699 votes. Again, if you're calling in, there is a 50-cent local dialing charge, and you cannot use a payphone or operator assist. So we hope that you're enjoying this fan MVP. It's something new, and it's something innovated by Bizzaloo. We hope you're enjoying it. We hope you're enjoying the game, right?
Okay, here we go. 2-point conversion. Washington State. Casper. He has a man there. 2-point conversion. Tight end at Beach. Well-conceived play.
Absolutely. What they'll do here, they'll roll out to the right. See, they roll out to the quarterback, and everybody goes to the right. Quarterback rolls to the right. Now that makes all the blue shirts go. This is why this works. See that guy crossing, and the guy sneaks across? That's perfect. Right there, gets the guy for a 2-point play. The reason why that worked is they flowed one way and threw the ball back. Here he comes sneaking across, number 89, the captain. Great play. That's a sensational play when it works.
All right. So with 10:43 left to play in the third quarter, BYU's lead is down to 16 points, and we'll return right after these words from our local stations.
It's trade-in roundup time at Irwin Ford. No matter what you have to trade, it's worth at least $2,000 when you trade for any new Ford Bronco, Courier, van, or truck from Irwin Ford's huge selection. And you may buy with no money down with up to 60 months financing available. And that's a promise from Irwin Ford, your friendly giant of the valley in Salinas. And tell them Tracy sent you.
Warmest wishes for peace, joy, and the sharing of the Christmas spirit from all of us at Lucky.
Come to think of it, after 4 minutes and 17 seconds, we haven't seen BYU's offense. Their defense scored the touchdown. And then they immediately had to kick off. Halftime of tomorrow's Tangerine Bowl here on Mizzlou. The football trainer, Sort of a forgotten man in many circles, but not so. We'll be telling you about him tomorrow. All right. Kick for BYU. For Washington State's Kevin Morris. He really got his foot into that.
Beautiful kick. This is a very important series right now for the Washington State defense. If they can stop them and have any kind of confidence in their own ability, then the offensive team's going to come back and it's going to be a 7 or 8 point ball game.
All right, now Jim McMahon, the quarterback. Wayman Hamilton, the fullback. Scott Pettis, the tailback. Plater wide to the right. Amazing. 254 yards against a team that has given up an average of 123 this season. He's back firing. Oh, he's going to be running. 4 yards out to the 24. Remember now, he's playing with a heavily protected knee because he had to miss 2 games during the regular season.
Correct, and you also see that thing around him. See that red thing? That's like a bulletproof vest, and that's to keep the protection on his ribs. And those are very, very effective.
McMahon picked up 4 yards. Second down 6, BYU 24-yard line. Colley and Kozlowski are the 2 wide receivers. So second and 6. A loss, and a flag is down across the field at the BYU 31-yard line. He had his fullback, Wayman Hamilton, out in the left flat, and it was right about where Hamilton and a defender were. Well, Washington State's players are signaling that the penalty is against Brigham Young.
What happened that time, Washington State went into a man-for-man underneath coverage.
That is a very unusual penalty against the offense.
Right, now watch, see how each one of those 5 men underneath are running and covering a guy man for man? It's just like basketball man for man compared to basketball zone. And that over there on that side, the defensive man banged him in good coverage, but the offensive man reached over and grabbed him by the face mask. I've been coaching 20 years. I've never seen that before.
All right, the penalty takes the ball back to the BYU 11-yard line. Face mask penalty against the offense. Now let's see. BYU has a 2nd and 19 at their own 11, leading 31-15. Less than 10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Now Plater goes out to the left. Balholm wide to the right. Pettis in a slot left. Defensive play on the tight end, Gordon Hudson. Joe Taylor, who blocked a BYU punt in the first half, and that led to Washington State's touchdown, makes a great defensive play.
All right, I'll tell you why this is not any good now. He goes back to pass, but they got that. Remember that man-for-man coverage underneath? Number 3 was assigned to that guy. He did not drop off. That's why he covered him. It's a difference, and they're mixing up their coverages very well now. They're playing man-for-man underneath and sometimes zone underneath. And the quarterback's having a problem.
Ball all the way back at the 4-yard line. There's Joe Taylor, who made that great defensive play. This is a 3rd now, and big yardage. Made in the end zone. Short gain. Tailback, Scott Pettis. 4th down. Washington State now, barring something unusual, is going to have great position here.
Now watch. Instead of playing man for man, they all played zone. So when that guy snuck across, you see that guy number 66 just waiting for him? Boom, comes up, makes a great play right there. Beautiful play 96 makes. He was not covering him man for man. They got McMahon confused.
That was Blakeney who made the excellent play. Deep for Washington State is Bill Gribble, standing at his own 45. 46 of Washington State. Dribble, good speed, but oh, what coverage by that special team of BYU. But BYU is going to go on defense now with Washington State having the ball at midfield.
Do you sense it even in the stadium, a change in momentum? Do you feel it?
Yes, I do, and I'll tell you this, you can see it along the sidelines of Washington State. At any rate, 31-15. BYU leading, will return to San Diego for the Holiday Bowl right after this.
Here's to good friends.
Come on, guys, just 2 more floors.
You know, we heard apartments were hard to find. But the roof?
Well, the apartment's on the 3rd floor, but tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you guys have been traveling all day, so we thought we'd pull out all the stops.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Low and Brown.
Here's to your exterior decorating. Let it be Low and Brown.
This is radiator rust. It's building up after just 10,000 miles on weak, neglected antifreeze. Now look at a radiator protected with new improved Prestone 2, same 10,000 miles. Quite a difference. Introducing the new silicone silicate formula Prestone to lock out rust and corrosion in all metals. Now it's even stronger for better aluminum protection. New improved Prestone 2. The best seller just got better. No wonder we're #1.
Washington State almost blocks this punt because a great effort by 28 right there. They beat Colorado on a block punt.
That was Paul Sorensen who almost blocked it. This is Ricky Turner, new quarterback. Big gainer. He's all the way down to the BYU 34-yard line. And you're right, momentum is definitely turning here.
The reason it's turning is because Washington State is now doing what they can do the best and not see, they're rolling out here. They'll block everybody down. This is not a pass. He just does that to get the guys backed up, takes off along the sideline. That kid's got great quickness.
Finally put out of bounds by Dave McKee. Bomb just inside the 30-yard line. Gain of a little over 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and a long 6. Where do they get all that energy from? They haven't stopped moving since this game started. All right, gain of 3 yards for LeBomb. 2nd down 7, Washington State. BYU 30-yard line, midway 3rd quarter. Turner's carried the ball for 45 yards and scored a touchdown. Ricky Turner, he has his 2 wide receivers out to the left. Whoop! Big mistake. The ball was covered by Robert Williams, but it was down. Now, Turner's knee hit the ground at the 31-yard line. This was a breakdown for Washington State.
That's right, because obviously it would have been a turnover. As soon as he slips right here, his knee goes down. The ball in college football, the ball is dead. In professional football, that would have been a good play. But I'll tell you one thing about this kid Turner. He's a competitor. It's a big play right here.
3rd and 8 at the BYU 31. Brigham Young leading 31-15.
He's a competitor.
Boy, is he a competitor. 1st down and a lot more.
All right.
Ricky Turner has a 1st down at the 18-yard line. Kevin Walker made contact to bring him down at that point, but there's a broken play that Turner turned into a big 1st down.
Because of athletic ability, he's got quickness. He rolls out to his left. They're trying to, the guy gets a good block. They're trying to flood the area. They're trying to put more people in there. But watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't coach this right there. He breaks away from one guy, gets going. The guy's a competitor. When you play with competitors, you got chances to make big plays. Watch the way he turns on the quickness right here. That you cannot coach. Speed is the essence to victory.
Back live. Oh, what a driving run by Don LeBomb, who scored Washington State's 2nd touchdown. He picked up about 9 yards to the 8-yard line. Steve Brady, the free safety, had to make the tackle. More and more now, BYU secondary people are making the tackles.
Good point. They're blowing the line off the ball now. You know why? They haven't tried a fancy play in the last 10 minutes, and they look like a super football team because this is what they've done in the past.
2nd and 2 at the 9. There goes LeBomb inside the 5. 1st and goal to go Washington State. Friends, I have a feeling about this game. It's going to be one like your team was in here. What, 38-37 is it?
38-37. And as long as Washington State continues to do what they do best, they got a chance to win the ball game. Never play a guy at his other end. Now watch the line just come off the ball. He's just blocking straight ahead. There's no coaching to that one. Just go get it. Come off the ball.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line of BYU.
Option.
Oh, beautiful. A fake to LeBomb. Robert Williams has a touchdown, and friends, we have a football left to play, third quarter.
When you run the options, they can't cover all of basic up. Now the quarterback will fake the ball to the tailback. Boom. There's one guy. He comes down the line of scrimmage. He takes that guy, pitches it out. Nobody's there.
Now, Washington State, as after their second touchdown, is going to go for 2.
Once you go for 2 once, you got to go again.
2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. The back was in motion. No. Tried to hit Tim Harris, that injured tailback who's been used as a spot performer. So a 10-point lead for BYU, 5:16 left to play in the third quarter. There's a replay.
There's the option again. Remember, if they block straight ahead and the guy takes the tailback, that leaves the quarterback one-on-one. The guy took the tailback, great. Guy took the quarterback, great. He pitched the ball.
That was the touchdown play we just saw. Mike Smith, an update on our voting.
All right, Ray, we have about 100,000 votes into this point. It's still Jim McMahon, 41,000 votes to 35,000 for Herschel Walker. A little response now for Marcus Allen with about 16,000 votes, about 5,000 for Bob Grable, the linebacker of Notre Dame. We'll keep the phone calls on the screen. You keep them coming, and we'll have you a winner by the time this game is over.
Okay. The deep return man, as we watch a pyramid type of performance by the BYU cheerleaders. The deep man for this Washington State kick by Kevin Morris will be Bruce Henderson. Oh, this is Sikahema, who could not hold on to that football. And the ball is brought out only to about the 7-yard line. Washington State's.
He's a little too anxious. He takes his eyes off the football, see? You got to catch it first before you can run it. He picks it up, and now he is in big trouble because the guys in white really think they can win it now.
Now let's see what Jim McMahon and company can do. But first, we have an injured player from Washington State who is being attended to around the BYU 20-yard line as Jim McMahon talks to his teammates of BYU. 5 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in a third quarter. Brigham Young led by 24-7 at halftime. Intercepted a Casper pass, ran it in for a touchdown, and led 31-7. But the last 14 points have been scored by Washington State. We'll return after these words.
10025.
The Navy. Over 75% of our jobs give you technical training. Get one.
Target's turning starboard outbound, over. 2, 1. Fire. Birds away.
Navy. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Good service is no big thing. It's a million little things. That's why every Avis car gets 9 safety checks, 7 comfort checks, and 6 cleanliness checks. Matter of fact, the average Avis car is better maintained than the average family car. See, Avis knows good service is making a big deal about little things. Right? Trying harder is still the best way to do business.
With a slight misfire, and as a result, Brigham Young ran 1 play for 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5, BYU at their 12-yard line. This is a pretty important series, isn't it, Lee?
Again, it's for basically field position. If Washington State can hold them here, then they're going to get good field position against, and they got a lot more confidence than they ever had.
2nd down, 5. Man moves his fullback, Hamilton. Protection. Going deep. Out of bounds was Scott Colley. And he had defenders right with him. Double coverage as I saw it, Lee.
No question. I tell you what, Washington State has changed their defensive scheme now. What they're doing, they're playing with 5 defensive backs all the time. Now watch, they'll try to hit a man in this crease, in the seam there, but 48 comes back and makes a great play.
That's Peter Shaw, senior out of Compton, California, the free safety defending on the play. BYU 6 of 12 third down conversions. Also Washington State 6 of 12. Now here's a big 3rd and 5 for BYU. They have Pettis over there in the slot left. Pressure. Down goes McMahon inside the 5. Oh, Washington State did a little gambling. Paid off now. Uh-oh, I just saw a penalty flag at the 11-yard line. Penalty flag at the 11-yard line. But the Washington State players say the penalty is against BYU. Here's the play again.
They busted the assignment. One of the offensive linemen had to miss that guy by assignment-wise because he never could come that free. Here he comes again for the picture. Watch. They did a little twist. Right. You see number 73 go, and that number 63 just stood there. Basically, what's happened now is BYU has lost their intensity. They've lost their concentration. They've got to do something quick, or this other ball club can come back and pull them out of here.
That was Matt Lasara, the nose guard, who downed McMahon. Now it is 4th down. Mike Nees, who had one punt blocked, one almost blocked, is standing right at the end line. The referee's right back there with him to make sure he doesn't step over the end line. That would be a safety. Good punt. Excellent punt. This is Gribble. He's at the 50, 45, 40. Oh, Washington State is really fired up.
Position.
Great field position now at the BYU 38-yard line. 3:23 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Bill Gribble. So this punt returning by him tonight is nothing unusual. He's done it during the season. All right, now Ricky Turner, a sophomore from Compton, California, will direct Washington State at the BYU 39-yard line. He has Escalera wide to the left. LeBomb, by the way, in the backfield, number 21, has already gained 77 yards. Incomplete. Good defense. Cornerback Dave McKee was defending, number 15, against Paul Escalera. Knees a punt, by the way. That was a 51-yarder. That was an excellent punt when BYU really needed it.
Yeah. This is a key play defensively coming up right now on 2nd down and 3rd down and long. They've got to contain the quarterback, number 12, but most important, they've got to come up with a big play so they can get some field position for McMahon.
Mitchell is out wide to the right. Keller is wide to the right. 2nd and 10. Brigham Young 39-yard line. Turner. First down to the 25-yard line. Ricky Turner igniting this Washington State offense.
It's a simple case of a quarterback going back, being rushed out of the pocket, but having great athletic ability. But watch his quick feet. This is what you can't coach. The acceleration, boom. The ability for him to move quicker than those guys in the blue. You see, they can't touch him. Got great quickness. And he's a competitor.
First down, BYU 25-yard line. Don LeBomb down to the 21-yard line. LeBomb filling in for the injured Tim Harris, and a great job being done by this freshman running back. Jim Walden along the sidelines. His team was down 31-7. Now it's BYU leading 31-21. A 2nd down and 6 at the Brigham Young 21-yard line. 81 yards for Don LeBomb. Both wide receivers are to the left. Escalera in motion. Close to a first down is Robert Williams around the 15-yard line. Here's this option offense working again.
Absolutely, because see, they're setting the play up. They run the tailback in there, run a dive play. All right, now here it comes. Watch the tailback. That's the play he just ran before. Right now, 93's got to make a decision. He made the wrong one. He pitches it, and there goes 42 with a great effort. And I tell you what's happening right now. The speed and quickness of Turner has turned this ball game around.
And a first down was the result of that last option play, just inside the 15-yard line of BYU. to the 13-yard line. We're down now to less than 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Turner has carried 8 times for 72 yards. LeBaum has carried for 83 yards. Cameron Mitchell just brought in a play from that man, Jim Walden, and his staff. Second down, 8 at the 13-yard line. Wide to the right is Keller. To the left is Mitchell. Mitchell in motion.
Going to run a quick play to the left. He looks, he cannot find a man. Now it's all athletic ability. Watch this. One, watch him run right over that guy right there. Makes a great play, keeps his balance. I said before, the key to the ball game so far is the competitiveness and quickness of number 12, Turner.
Now it is 31 to 27. And instead of going for 2, apparently, this will be Ward Leland going for 1. We have a 3-point ball game where just moments ago it was a 31 to 7, a 24-point ball game. And we still have 59 seconds left to play. Number 42 is Robert. 42 is Robert Williams, the fullback. We're coming back, he said.
Okay, now you watch the middle linebacker as he goes to the right. He's coming up. He thinks it's going to be a pass. He drops off. He doesn't know what is happening. Now it's just, can you run as fast as the other guy? No way. He doesn't wrap him up. He doesn't put his hands around him. That kid number 12 just runs right out of him.
That was Kyle Whittingham. An outstanding football player.
Outstanding football player.
So 59 seconds left to play third quarter, and the momentum of this game now belongs to Washington State. But BYU still has McMahon and company and a 3-point lead.
What's going through Lavelle Edwards' mind now, the coach of Brigham Young, is he's got to get his confidence back. They got to get their confidence back. They got to go back to doing exactly what they did at the beginning of the game and not worry about anything else.
Hansen and Sikahema are deep. Oh, boy, great kick. Over the end line, touchback. Well, Washington State's kicker is fired up. Holy smokes.
You ever seen it fail? The guy can't kick it to the 10-yard, all of a sudden they get close and boom.
Kevin Morris with a great kick. That drive was 39 yards, thanks to fine Washington State defense turning the ball over to the offense in excellent position. First downs in this game, Washington State 20, Brigham Young 15. All right, now BYU trying to stem the momentum. First down for the BYU 20-yard line. McMahon going to the air, never hesitating. Almost intercepted. I don't know whether McMahon's arm was hit or he just plain misfired, but he had no receiver near there. There might have been a misread between quarterback and receiver.
Absolutely, well said, because basically they have been playing 5-man underneath man for man, and they went to zone again. Watch, he'll almost throw the ball right directly to the man because he thinks they're going to be crossing. You see? Now, the big point is that see number 3, that guy is the 6th and 5th defensive back. They're not playing ends anymore.
Second down and 10. Mix up. Linebacker Mike O'Neill earlier had made a great play for Washington State. I beg your pardon, that was not Mike O'Neill. That was McMahon now, by the way, has been sacked 3 times in this ball game. Loss of 2, third and 12. There's a big tight end. Gordon Hudson. Oh, was that a big play? Third and 12 receiver Hudson.
Okay, here's what he does. They split the zone. In other words, the guy runs in between them. See him run in between those two guys? Good concentration. 6'4". The key to this guy is that he's bigger and stronger and faster than the defensive backs. That guy is a game breaker right there.
Nate Bradley finally hauled him down. Might have prevented a touchdown. First down, BYU, Washington State, 37-yard line. 5 seconds left, third quarter.
Watch him. Here he goes.
There's that big man again. He came right back to Hudson, his leading receiver in the regular season. That was the final play of the third quarter that was really setting off sparks. Whatever you do, stay with us for the fourth quarter. I don't want you to miss any of this. We've reached the end of the third quarter of the fourth annual Holiday Bowl. 31-28 BYU. We'll be back right after these messages.
Welcome to our people-pleasing places.
Good luck.
Holiday Inn makes me feel like a winner. That's why my team chooses Holiday Inn. No surprises. Beds always comfortable, always big rooms. And there's a Holiday Inn hotel near just about everywhere we play. Well, let's go call them like we see them.
You have to see them to call them.
Holiday Inn is #1 in people pleasing.
As the punter for the New York Giants, I've learned that what you do before the game can be just as important as what you do during the game. Nutriment bodybuilding energy food can play a big part in training and pregame energy buildup because Nutriment is nutritionally balanced and provides calories for extra energy. That's why teams in this year's bowl games trained on Nutriment. Look, you don't have to be a great athlete to benefit from the great nutrition of Nutriment. It gives everyone energy to burn.
Show the world our true colors with an officially licensed NCAA Lucky Stripes or Western hat from AJD, available at leading sporting goods stores.
Sell the house, the car, the kids. We're not puppies. Okay. Meanwhile, back on the playing field, BYU has first and 10 at the 11-yard line of Washington State as McMahon and Hudson as a team. A 3rd and 12 big gainer, then came right back to the same man, his tight end Hudson, who was his leading target during the regular season. And right now, BYU has, for the moment, stemmed the tide. Let's see what they're able to do as we start the fourth quarter. 31-28 BYU. Pressure. Pettis. Touchdown. Scott Pettis. And McMahon has really shown me something. What he did there under pressure to throw with accuracy was amazing.
All right, he rolls out to the left, gets pressure. Now what they have is one man out. But watch him throw this with a guy right in his face. Perfect lob pass. That man beat the other. Touchdown. Great play. What a competitive football player.
37-28 BYU. And mind you now, only 5 seconds have elapsed in the fourth quarter. We're liable to top last year's score at 46-45. The extra point is good. Kurt Gunther adds that 1 point. A 10-point lead again. It's 38-28 in favor of BYU. Are you enjoying it? This is the 4th annual Holiday Bowl, and a lot more to come.
These are nice diesel cars. Get good mileage, carry people comfortably. Now this Toyota diesel truck is nice too. It gets fantastic truck mileage. And this tough Toyota diesel truck can carry 2 people comfortably and 1,000 pounds of feed, or 1,000 pounds of wire, or 110 gallons of milk, or camping and fishing gear for 2 weeks. Delivers like a diesel, works like a truck.
Navy flight operations, Hawaiian Islands.
155 is the go, Bird. And the green stripe runner. Bring up 155 on number 2 elevator. Cloud top to 28,000 feet. Alpha Hotel, your wind is down the deck at 28,900.
The Navy. Over 75% of our jobs give you technical training. Get one.
Launch aircraft.
Speak to your local recruiter or call this toll-free number. Navy. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Washington State will have speedster Cameron Mitchell at the goal line. 14 minutes and 55 seconds remain. An 80-yard drive by BYU in 5 plays. Can this team strike? It took 1 minute and 4 seconds. Gunther to kick off. Touchback as it went out of bounds in the end zone, so Gunther does his job. Now let's see whether Washington State can pick up. Here's that touchdown.
Zimmerman rolls out to the left. Now watch the pressure. There's a blitz, but he throws off his back foot, but he has such great touch. He lobs it out in front of the man who can cover it. Pettis scores a great play.
Now it's Washington State with the talented Ricky Turner at quarterback. His running backs are LeBaum and Williams. Williams 42, LeBaum 21. Wide receivers set out either side. Penalty flag down. Pass is drilled. First down at the 35 unless the infraction was by Washington State. Let's see what we have. Keller caught the pass. Offside. Oh, the offensive team. That doesn't happen very often.
Not very often. And I'm not sure that somebody didn't line up offside, because I certainly didn't see anybody move. And that will happen sometime. The one thing that Washington State's got to be careful for now is get a turnover here and give that blue team some more momentum, because they're dangerous.
So forget the first down gain of 15. So in effect, it's a 20-yard loss. It's 1st and 15 at the Washington State 15-yard line. Keller goes out to the left. Mitchell comes off to the right. Same running backs, Williams and LeBaum. Ricky Turner. He's going deep, but it's out of bounds. Tried to set up the cornerback with that pump, but McKee didn't go for it. Good coverage by the cornerback, Dave McKee.
Excellent coverage. Usually a play like that does not work because it's 2nd down and long, and the cornerback knows that the guy's not going to throw the ball short.
T.J. Jones, a wide receiver, brings the play into the huddle.
He's their speedster. This kid averaged 28 yards per catch this year.
2nd and 15 play. 4-man rush. Wanted to hit Jones, but throwing off balance and on the run, unable to hit his target. So now Washington State is faced with a big one. 3rd and 15. 14:38 left to play in the 4th annual Holiday Bowl. And to all of you, from all of us, happy holidays. The Tangerine Bowl tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Southern Mississippi and Missouri from Orlando on Miss Lou.
Ray, in this situation, BYU team just substituted another defensive back. They got 6 defensive backs in there and 3 linemen.
3rd and 15. 3-man rush. No blitzing. Man's there. The big tight end, Beach. First down, 48-yard line. Pat Beach, the senior from Pullman. Washington State comes up with a big play. Now, on BYU's touchdown drive of a moment ago, McMahon hit on a 3rd and 12.
Exactly the same play. You watch the quarterback roll back. There's a man running with him. Watch the man running with him, man for man. See that guy? He can't cover him. That's exactly the same exact play that BYU used against them.
So with 14:25 left in the game, Washington State comes up with a big play. There's Pat Beach taking a breather along the sidelines. First down at the Washington State 48-yard line. The bomb gets only 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Score, Brigham Young 38, Washington State 28. Mitchell just brought in play from the sidelines. New running back Mike Martin checks in, a junior from Tacoma. He'll replace LeBaum, who seems to be a little bit tired right now. The freshman has done a great job in replacing the regular tailback Tim Harris, who was injured early. 2nd down and 8. That was played very well defensively, that option play, with Williams carrying to the 48-yard line of BYU. Good play by Brad Opke few.
Played very well because they had excellent pursuit.
The California Bowl tomorrow afternoon, and we understand there are some tickets still available for that Toledo-San Jose State game. 3rd and 6. Turner, dangerous runner. There he goes, and a fine play. Was that Kyle Whittingham? Was that 59 who made that play? Yes. Kyle Whittingham makes a great play.
All right, the quarterback's going to roll out the same play that Turner ran over Whittingham before. Now watch this time. Whittingham gets up, gets in good football position. Watch him, and he grabs him. See what I'm talking about? He puts his arms around him. He didn't try to knock him down. He grabbed him. Good play.
It would have been a first down, except for Whittingham's play. It's 4th down. Washington State's trying to get a new player in and another player out. Kevin Walker is back to receive this expected punt. Lands inside the 20. Oh, this is going to be down very close to that goal line. A great weapon, an accurate punter. 38-28. BYU leading. 12:08 left to play in the game, and we'll be back right after these words from our local stations.
The new Salinas Western store has the greatest selection of cowboy boots on the Central Coast. Let us treat your feet with tender, loving care. You will find that the boot fits when you find that boot at the Salinas Western store. Come in and see the future of the Old West, and let us find that right boot for you. The Salinas Western store, Sherwood Gardens, Salinas.
Cars that look like these can become automobiles that look like these, with the expert craftsmanship of the A1 Body Shop in Salinas. Over 18 years of experience assures you of the very finest in quality bodywork for both foreign and domestic automobiles. In addition, A1 Body Shop offers outstanding auto painting and specializes in hard-to-match colors. A1 Body Shop, 330 Maple Street, Salinas, where better work at reasonable prices means beautiful cars.
Jim McMahon, as we look at some of those statistics, in this game has completed 28 of 38 passes, 335 yards, 3 touchdowns. Now it's BYU at its own 3-yard line. This is Pettis trying to get outside. Practically nothing. Cornerback Nate Bradley.
Don't be lulled to sleep. I know BYU.
Mike Smith, what's an update on our voting for Most Valuable Player of the Year?
Ray, we're approaching 125,000 votes. The majority of them for Jim McMahon and Herschel Walker. McMahon solidly in front, 44,251 to about 38,300 for Herschel Walker.
Okay.
Still time, though, and it could change.
Still have an opportunity to vote. That last running play gained a yard. This is Pettis. He's out close to a first down. Scott Pettis, junior tailback out of Stockton, California.
Watch this. This is an automatic. Right up the middle, they trapped the lineman. In other words, they sent the lineman across number 76, and they trapped him. A very, very fine automatic. 60% of the plays are called on the line of scrimmage by the quarterback.
Now, every third down play becomes ever more important. This is a 3rd and 1 at the BYU 12. Third down conversions by BYU, 7 of 14.
Fullback will run it off the left tackle.
It's Pettis, the tailback, and he has a first down at the 15-yard line. I knew you'd miss. I knew you'd miss. Do you send in plays for Indiana?
Only the ones that work.
Here it is.
Here it is. Good play. Quarterback hands the ball to the tailback, and he just gets a good off-tackle play and fights himself for a first down.
And the BYU player is down, and it is Scott Pettis. And boy, has he been a valuable player, and he's a great discomfort. Scott Pettis, Jr., Stockton, California, outstanding receiver, fine runner, just been an all-around tremendous asset to this BYU team, and he picked up a first down at the Brigham Young 15-yard line with 10 minutes and 43 seconds remaining, and BYU leading 38-28. of statistics for Jim McMahon in tonight's game against a team that had allowed an average of just 123 yards passing during the regular season. McMahon has picked up 335 yards on a 28 of 38 performance, 3 touchdown passes. And Pettis heads for the sidelines, and the new tailback, he was in there earlier, by Sikahema, a sophomore from Mesa, Arizona. Sikahema has been a punt returner, kickoff returner, running back, and he's in there now in place of Pettis. Number 23, Sikahema. The fullback is Wayman Hamilton, number 33. Wide receivers set out on either side of McMahon. First and 10 play coming up. And no, scooped it up. Did wide receiver Dan Plater, who caught the first touchdown pass of this game, and that seems like a long time ago and a lot of scoring.
I'm hungry already, aren't you?
I am. I got in line, but I came up short. I didn't quite get to the chili at halftime.
It's a ball. It's an exciting type of ball game because there's so many shifts in momentum.
Second and 10 at the BYU 15-yard line. Colley and Kozlowski are the wide receivers out to the left. A second down and 10 play. Hamilton trying to reverse his field. Loss on the play, but then McMahon picked up the ball. It was dead. It was dead. Back at the 12-yard line. So now, on the touchdown drive by BYU, their last touchdown drive, which moved it here. Lee, you look at it again.
Okay, the quarterback hands it off on a delay play. The fullback will pitch the ball back. This looks like one of those intramural plays that I used to use at the ATO house. Watch. He'll pitch it back to the quarterback. McMahon says, oh, no, I don't want that thing.
The whistle blew before the pitch was made. That's why the ball's down at the 12-yard line. And now a third and about 13. Sikahema in motion. Big play. This is misfiring over Plater. Now Washington State is going to get the football back. Joe Taylor was defending. Washington State's Bill Gribble will be back for this expected punt from BYU's Mike Mees. Now remember, Mees had one punt block and another one almost blocked. There's Gribble back at the Washington State 40. 9 minutes, 36 seconds left to play. Brigham Young leading 38-28. Mees in the end zone. Oh, there's a fine punt. Good hang time. Gribble at his own 46. Gets it back to about the 49, but still good position for the Washington State offense. Fourth Holiday Bowl is winding down. We still have over 9 minutes left. Brigham Young leading 38-28. And we'll return after these messages.
Over the years, us guys in light beer from Miller have had a lot of laughs. But this time we'd like to share some personal sentiments. Boo?
Have a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and a Happy New Year, too.
Yeah.
And this holiday, may there be bass under all your lily pads.
May all your pockets be full. Feliz Navidad. Peace.
We wish you everything you always wanted in a Christmas. And more. You know, I'm glad they asked me to do this commercial. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Holiday Inn. Welcome to our people-pleasing place.
Is that the Holiday Inn East, the Holiday Inn West, the Midtown?
The one by United Industries.
The one by the headquarters or the plant?
The headquarters.
We offer you a choice of the most popular locations.
You need 3 hands.
You're right.
People-pleasing locations.
The airport? The one by Holiday Inn North or Holiday Inn South?
Is #1 in people-pleasing.
Promotional consideration furnished by Champion Products, makers of fine athletic uniforms, exciting campus sportswear, and imprinted leisure wear. Across America and around the world, it takes a little more to make a champion.
Washington State going with Harris and LeBaum. This is LeBaum. An excellent defensive play by Steve Brady, the free safety.
One thing Washington State's got to be very careful. I know this is going through Coach Wallen's man. He doesn't want to do anything what they call stupid and try to get too fast. He's got plenty of time. There's 9 minutes to go in this ball game. Just move the football, doing what we've done the best, and we can catch it.
Second down, 7. This is Casper now. They switch quarterbacks. He has his man there. Keller inside the 25. Jeff Keller. So this is the formula that has worked so well during the season, switching quarterbacks.
Here's he fakes the play at the end and intercepted on that kid. That's a very, very fine call. They send a man short, they send a man behind him. That same exact formation, the pass was intercepted. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that last time that kid threw the ball, it was intercepted.
All right, we're going to have golf for you in April. The LPGA from Hilton Head, South Carolina. Meanwhile, Ricky Turner is back at quarterback. They switch quarterbacks after one play. Here's a draw play. Down to the 15-yard line goes Tim Harris. Boy, he's a tough kid. He's been hurt a couple of times tonight. Picks up 8 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 2 at the BYU 15-yard line. We'll keep a close check now on the time left. 8 minutes, 25 seconds, and the clock running. 8:25 left in the game. Mitchell goes left. Jones goes left. 2nd down and a little more than 2 at the 15-yard line. Breaking tackles is Robert Williams. First down at the 11-yard line. Mike Smith, what do you got for us?
Still Jim McMahon way out front, 44,800 votes. Herschel Walker second. Surprisingly, Marcus Allen only 17,000 votes for the Heisman Trophy winner. But still about 8 minutes to go.
First down, Washington State, 11.5-yard line of BYU. Less than 8 minutes now to play in the game. Ricky Turner at quarterback. Down to about the 8-yard line. Robert Williams again. And in from the sidelines with the play selection is wide receiver Jeff Keller. Keller and Escalera will be the wide receivers. Keller to the left, Escalera to the right. That last play picked up 4 yards, 2nd and 6 at the 8-yard line of Brigham Young. Williams. He's close to a first down around the 3 or 4 yard line. A little bit short of a first down, I believe, about a yard and a half shy. Made the stop, the sophomore defender. Here it is again.
All right, it's this quick flip. The reason why this play, you can't see it, is that the man come back in and block was in motion right there. It's a great play because it's the first time they've used the play in that situation. They caught the BYU team by surprise.
3rd down, 1.5 yards away from a first down. 2 tight ends. Mitchell in motion. That was Mike Morgan, tackle from Salt Lake City, who jumped across the line. Let's see whether he was drawn on. No, it's against the defense. Now another flag was just thrown. That may have been a 2nd penalty.
Well, you see what happened is that guy thought the man moved, and the offensive lineman, once he puts his hand down, can't move it. That kid made a bad mistake, and I'm not sure that there wasn't a penalty after that for maybe somebody said something they weren't supposed to.
Well, there was definitely a flag thrown belatedly after the first one. Well, we'll wait for referee Jack Gatto to tell us what really happened. Official attendance here tonight, 52,419.
This is one of those kind of things that drive a coach crazy. I tell you, I see both coaches sitting on it. You have no idea what's going to... Lavelle Edwards is on the 25-yard line, and Walden is on the 30.
Now, the line of scrimmage was between the 3 and 4 yard line.
It's an offside penalty. It's half the distance, and they're probably discussing if it was a first down or not. And then if it was an unsportsmanlike conduct, it's half the distance more, which would be probably about 6 to 7 inches.
Clock shows that we have 6 minutes and 33 seconds left to play. First downs.
Right.
Washington State 23, 18 of them in the second half. Brigham Young 19 first downs, but only 4 in the second half. But those 4 were mighty big first downs.
Okay, there's a penalty. First down.
First and goal to go. The ball will be placed just inside the 2. The reason for the delay, they made their measurement over along the sidelines where the chains were. First and goal to go, 1.5 yards away from another Washington State touchdown. Remember, this team was down 31-7 at one time. Now it's 38-28. Again, 2 tight ends, Beach and White. Is it a touchdown? The officials have not signaled. Mike Martin was the ball carrier. He's our leading touchdown scorer. They use him in goal line offense, short yardage situations.
The quarterback will just have a straight handoff, which means everybody comes off the ball, just hand it off to him nice and smooth and let him dive. But he does not cross the plane. That means, ladies and gentlemen, if he puts any part of his body across that white line, it's a touchdown. He did not make it.
It's 2 feet away. Wide out to the left is Jones. Is it a touchdown? Turner on the keeper. Of course, now every play here conceivably can take up 30 seconds. It's still not into the end zone.
Exactly. Quarterback ran a quarterback sneak there, and it looked like he was in, but obviously the head lineman did not think he was.
All right, 3rd and goal. Clock's running now. Only 5.5 minutes left in the game. BYU digging in defensively is leading by 10.
He brought up a very interesting point there. There's about 10 seconds or 15 seconds they're going to miss later on. Mark my words.
All right. Still 2 tight ends. Touchdown. Mike Martin, the touchdown maker. That stops the clock with 5:12 left. And the score changes to Brigham Young 38, Washington State 34.
Now he's just going to hand it down. They're going to try the other side. They went to the right twice. Martin hits, makes the tackle. William hits him good, but he just got too much momentum. Now, it's an interesting strategy.
You go for 2?
So, without a question, you're in a bowl game. You go for 2 now, so that a field goal will win it later on for you. Yes, sir. There he goes.
All right. Going for the 2-point conversion. 5:12 left to play in the game. Man in motion. Turner still has it. He's in.
That option.
38-36. 5 minutes and 12 seconds left to play. Now let me ask you this, Lee. At this point, assuming that you have a place kicker who has pretty good control of the football, would you try to kick it short or would you try to kick it deep?
No, you got to kick the ball deep and play field position because as Al McGuire said, there's a lifetime.
Very good. We'll return right after this.
Ask me, what spark plug should I put in my Japanese car? I say, for short trips, you need a hot plug. Help stop misfiring. For long trips, a cold plug. It runs smooth at high speeds. Then I tell them there's a marvelous plug for Japanese cars. It works like 2 plugs in one, hot and cold, because it has this longer power tip. Then I tell them something else. It's not Japanese, it's American. Autolite.
What's wrong with the computer?
Tape drive. The Army's most technical skills are also the ones most in demand. But now if you qualify, there's a way to reserve the skill you want up to 12 months before you go in. It's called the Delayed Entry Program, and it guarantees you the training you want.
Be all that you can be, 'cause we need you.
Okay, it's up.
In the Army.
Here's that touchdown play, or that 2-point.
Right,
Here's the 2-point.
Okay, now the quarterback comes down, the same option play he's been running. There's no difference. He comes down the line of scrimmage. If the tailback is blocked by one guy, he comes down, he cuts it in here. Great offensive play. The defensive play was good, but not quite quick enough.
And good blocking by Patrick and Sloan on the right side of that Washington State line. 38-36. You know, last year after that 46-45 game, Lee, I said there's just no way that you can top it. Look what we have here.
It's amazing. These people do a sensational job of selecting those teams.
All right, Sakahima and Hansen are the two deep return men for BYU.
He's got to kick the ball long.
Kevin Morris rolling along the ground. BYU has pretty good position here. It was Tom Homo. I thought it was Homo, or was it Pete Shaw? No, Pete Shaw, I'm sorry. Pete Shaw, a defensive back, who fielded that ball. So BYU has good position here.
This is what Coach Edwards is thinking right now. He probably told that kid, go out there and play the game exactly like it was the first series of downs. If we get too conservative, they'll get good field position. They'll beat us with a field goal. They have got to move the ball down the other end of the field.
All right, 5 minutes, 8 seconds left to play in the game. Hansen and Sakahima are the running backs.
He's out throwing.
Going out firing. Oh, trying to hit his tight end, Gordon Hudson. And McMahon was decked just as he released the ball. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. And that only took 5 seconds. And, of course, every incomplete pass now plays into the hands of Washington State.
Correct. They're playing, as you see number 3 there, he is playing as the 5th defensive back the entire second half. And the strategy has worked very well because they're putting their best men on the opponent's best men. Simple theory.
Sakahima and Hansen are the running backs. Wide to the right is Scott Colley. 2nd down and 10 play for Brigham Young. Oh, couldn't get it to Kozlowski. Wide receiver from Carlsbad, California. Now, a big 3rd and 10 with 4:58 left in the game as Kozlowski comes to the sidelines. Happy holidays, Gold.
The basic thing that McMahon is now thinking about is no turnovers, but percentages are he's going to go to his tight end again because they've been playing man for man underneath, and it's the tight end against number 3 for 1st down right here.
Now the tight end, Gordon Hudson, is lined up on the right side. This is 3rd and 10. And a big play by Matt Ilasara. That's the 4th time McMahon has been sacked.
Now watch, Ilasara does the same thing again he did before. He started one way and it comes around the other. He's trying to get the ball to the tight end, but Ilasara makes the play. Excellent defensive coverage, but a great pass rush.
Now Mike Meads will have the pressure on him, the punter for Brigham Young. And a fine returner, Bill Gribble. Bill Gribble is back at the Washington State 30 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game and the clock running. And Brigham Young leading 38-36.
There's an interesting thing that just said. It was very good point in coaching. The center was not satisfied the ball was dry enough. He asked for a new ball. Very important.
Now the strategy being planned offensively by Jim Walden and his staff.
See those eyes? I've been there before. He's studying that scoreboard.
A little problem along the line of scrimmage. Now apparently everything's ready. At the last instant, a Washington State player was blocked away from the punter, or we would have had another blocked punt, but somebody from Brigham Young picked up that man coming on. But because of the short punt, the hurried punt, Washington State has an excellent position from which to launch the offense. Their own 40-yard line after a 37-yard punt. Here it is.
This is an interesting change of strategy. They've tried to block the punt from the man's right. All of a sudden, they come from his left. He doesn't see him, but he rushes him. It's just like a scare. Took his eye off the ball. It was a bad kick.
That was Bruce Hansen who picked up That Washington State player who almost blocked it. Casper is decked on a tremendous rush by 3 BYU players, led by, among others, Brandon Flint.
This is the first sack. They come back. They try to throw that pass before, but they ran somebody deep and somebody short. That guy just ran right over him. You talk about a big play right there. Watch number 99. Does not get the play, but he attracts the attention for 77, who pushes the guy right back over him.
Loss of 10. 2nd and 20 at the Washington State 30. The clock running. Less than 3.5 minutes left in the game. That's Keller wide to the right. Mitchell in motion. Robert Williams out of the backfield was the intended receiver. Now a very big 3rd and 20 for Washington State with 3:17 remaining as Robert Williams comes back to the huddle. Now BYU brings in Kyle Morrell, a freshman defender from Bountiful, Utah. He's an additional defensive back, number 5.
Correct. Now they should, if they go back to what they've done in the past, they'll try to throw the ball somewhere to that tight end, number 89.
All right. This is Turner. He gets only about 6 yards. They switched quarterbacks there after 2 downs, and Ricky Turner.
You talk about earning your money right now. This is where he's got to make the big decision. In my opinion, he's got to punt the football. The reason why he punts the football, well, you see Turner running up there. Can't find anybody, he's going to scramble.
Now remember, the regular punter was injured early in the game, and place kicker Kevin Morris has had to take over. Turner has completed 3 of 8 passes for 57 yards, but he has run for 96 yards.
Now the reason why he's punting the ball, he wants the ball put down in their territory, so that there is a problem and a mistake, which there could be, they got a chance to score.
Sikahema, fair catch. Brigham Young, 20-yard line. 3 minutes and 2 seconds left to play. Brigham Young leading by 2 points, 38-36 in this 4th annual Holiday Bowl. Not a player is sitting down. Every player, both sidelines, looking on. Yet another.
You know, it's interesting, Ray. I was in this situation once. There's no greater thrill of being involved in a great football game. It's just too bad either one of these teams have to lose.
All right, Jim McMahon and company from the Brigham Young 20-yard line with 3:02 left in the game. And he's going to be firing. A screen. This is Hansen. And they come up with a pretty good gain when they need it the most. A 6-yard pickup.
In their offensive scheme, this is better than a run. They do it just as well. They throw a little screen pass, and the guy goes up the sideline. The problem was that he went out of bounds. That played right into the Washington State's hands.
Gain of 6. 2nd and 4. BYU 26. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left.
They will run the ball.
Polly to the right, Kozlowski to the right.
They will run the ball twice here. There's once.
This is Sikahema trying to get outside. He's short of a first down by about a yard. Mike Smith, what's the total say on that most valuable player vote? Mike, can you hear me?
Okay, on that most valuable player vote, the winner is Jim McMahon, BYU. He has a 7,000 vote lead over Herschel Walker, Marcus Allen, and Bob Grable out of the running.
Thank you, Mike. All right, our most valuable player by vote, Jim McMahon.
If I give 50 cents, can I vote?
Incidentally, I told you earlier, Jim's in the running for that Davy O'Brien Award presented by the Fort Worth Club to the nation's outstanding quarterback. He's in the running for that. Now, Washington State has 1 timeout remaining. BYU has 3 timeouts remaining. BYU has a 3rd and 1 at the Brigham Young 29.5-yard line with 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining, trying to protect a 2-point lead. For BYU, Stroth and Close and Oates and Eldridge and Rogers have been the interior linemen. For Washington State, Flager, McKay started. Lynch replaced him at left guard. Sebahar, Patrick, and Sloan, they've been the men who've been slugging it out up front offensively for the two teams. A very big third and less than a yard for a first down just beyond the Brigham Young 29-yard line. The fullback is Hamilton. Fumble, and McMahon, was he down? There is a tremendous break and great alertness by McMahon. That could have been right there the opportunity that Washington State needed and wanted. Instead, McMahon turns it into a plus for BYU.
He drops the center snap. The ball comes loose. He picks it up. He's got enough sense not to put his knee down, and he scrambles for a first down.
For Washington State, that was Mike Walker, their great defensive tackle, who reached out and couldn't quite get his hands to the football. First down, BYU. Penalty flag. Could have been delay of game.
No, it was the right tackle moved his right hand.
The offensive right tackle made a move?
And I tell you what, this is what the coach goes crazy about. Don't make any penalties with 2 minutes to go because the clock stops. If you don't do nothing but just stand there, the clock will run out.
What it does, it means that Washington State can still use its one timeout.
Exactly. Good point.
All right, 1st and 15 now at the BYU 29 after that penalty with 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. 1st and 15. And we're ready to go. The Washington State Jews. This is Hamilton. Big run. A first down. Now, Joe Taylor might have saved a touchdown, the defending back on the run by Wayman Hamilton.
Right, the quarterback goes back to pass and hands the ball off to the guy, and it's just run where they're not. And he does a great job of using his speed, keeps his balance, goes down the sideline, does a smart thing by not going out of bounds so the clock doesn't have to stop. Great play there, but that is a very, very big play.
The clock continues to run. 1:40 left. First down at the Washington State 41-yard line. This is Sakahima for no gain. He ran into big number 95, I do believe, or 96, Lee Blakeney.
Here's the problem you have right now. They have no more timeouts left. They can just take the ball, fall back, and take the quarterback on his knee and run the clock out.
Most valuable player defensively, middle linebacker Kyle Whittingham. Most valuable offensive player, Jim McMahon. And there is Jim McMahon, holder of 56 NC2A passing records, and he hasn't done anything tonight to take away from his glitter.
Would you believe that the guy has 56 passing records, and the biggest play of the game he's made, he picked up the fumble center snap?
What are his statistics?
27 out of 43, 342 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's most guys' career. That was my career.
Has he had an interception? I don't think he's had an interception.
I don't think so. I'd like to see if somebody could get it to me what his statistics were after the first 8 passes.
You know, the difference in this game right now from being 38-36 in a tie was that 1 2-point conversion that misfired, or else we'd have a 38-38 football game.
How about the passive interception?
Yes.
Coming out of the box.
All right, 2nd down and 12, 42-yard line of Washington State. 1 minute, 25 seconds left. Washington State trailing by 2, has no timeouts remaining. This is Sakahima. He went out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Mike Walker ran him out of bounds, close to a first down. Here it is again.
Great play, a sweet play. It's a sure handoff. He just runs out around the end, gets a good block, crushes the cornerback, cuts back in, and makes it. He just steps out of bounds to stop the clock right there.
That was Calvin.
Right there, by his toe.
By the way, that was Calvin Close who threw that great block. Mike Smith, you have a presentation for us along the sidelines?
Yes, indeed we do. I think you kind of let the cat out of the bag as to the best offensive and defensive players. The best defensive player, Debbie Bechet, is from Brigham Young University, and is
Kyle Whittingham.
Kind of a tough vote. There were some outstanding performers on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
It certainly was an exciting game. Didn't start out to be, but it looks like it is now.
And Eric Sutter, the best offensive player award goes to... I'm not sure who. The best offensive player award goes to who? Jim McMahon of BYU. There's a lot of noise and a lot of confusion, so Ray, we'll take it right back up to you.
Okay, thanks very much, Mike.
Ray, this is interesting right here. The quarterback can now take the knee and take the ball game. But remember the time in the ball game where I think the Giants lost the ball game on a bad snap. A guy caught the ball, went all the way.
Yeah.
It's not ever over. As long as he gets the ball, takes one knee back, the game is over.
All right, Dave Ina, an additional tight end, is in the game. As always, in a telecast like this, a lot of people help us out, and we are really indebted to Bob Sexton and Mike Sexton, Bill Edwards and Gene Gregston. Gentlemen, you've kept our heads above water, and we thank you for your help. It's been just great. Clock continues to run.
You know, it's a shame. I've seen the Washington squad over there, and it's a shame in a ball game like this that either one of the teams have to lose. But there's no loser in a game like this, Ray. There's absolutely no loser.
Man, this ball's on the football. Clock shows 34 seconds, and the Brigham Young Rooters ecstatic over their team's second consecutive victory in the Holiday Bowl. Last year, that thrilling 46-45. Tonight, 38-36. The Brigham Young band is gathering along the near sidelines. The final seconds are ticking away. Washington State unable to do anything about it. They have used all of their timeouts in a valiant effort.
It looks like I'm going to have to bring Indiana back here.
Okay,
we're the last team to beat them.
The roar of the cannon, the roar of the crowd at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego tells us that this game is history. Lavelle Edwards and Jim Walden embracing out of the center of the field. Their two teams have played so very hard in a Holiday Bowl that I'm sure will be long remembered by all here in person, and hopefully by those of you who watch it along television. We'll be right back.